Welcome to the inaugural season of Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball, presented by Active Family Chiropractic, Edward Jones, Gresham Ford, Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, the Gresham Police Officers Association, Lucky Pint, Metro East Web Academy, Northwest Accounting Partners, Olympic Gym, Riverview Community Bank, and State Farm. And now it's time for your Gresham Grey Wolves pregame show.
Number 23, Kate Casement. And batting 9.
Good evening and welcome to Grey Wolves baseball here in Wenatchee, Washington, as the Grey Wolves have traveled down from Kelowna, British Columbia to play Game 4 of this 6-game road trip away from a Moslin Field as the Grey Wolves begin Game 1 here against the Wenatchee Apple Sox, who are 1-2 against the Apple Sox here so far this season, dropping 2 games at home to Wenatchee earlier in June. Grey Wolves coming off the first season sweep down in Kelowna, as the Grey Wolves took 3 games from the Kelowna Falcons in pretty spectacular form, actually, as 2 Grey Wolves pitchers went the full distance, going full 9 innings for the first time in their Grey Wolves careers, as Spud Heidemann started off Game 1 of the series going a full 9 innings, allowing just 2 runs in a 3-2 baseball game in which the Grey Wolves were able to come out on top. David Wallum, Benton Community College product, then tossed 9 innings against the Falcons in Game 3 to preserve the sweep after taking Game 2 of the series behind Rylan Luchuk's 7 innings. Grey Wolves won Game 3 3-1, scoring 2 runs in the first inning, as game on July 8th ended 3-1. Curtis Perrin led off for the Grey Wolves in Game 3 in the first inning with a single, and Jeffrey Minto Jr. walked, moving everybody over a base. Ryan Rodriguez then singled, scoring Curtis Perrin from second base, and a sacrifice fly by Ryan Smith after Jeffrey Minto Jr. had been moved over by a ground out by Connor Zickafoos. Minto Jr. scored on Ryan Smith's sacrifice fly. The Grey Wolves then tacked on another insurance run later in the game in the 9th inning, as Ben Klenke came around to score after singling with 1 out, moving to third base on a wild pitch and then getting walked home with the bases loaded walk when Ryan Rodriguez was at the bat. So 2 RBIs for Ryan Rodriguez in Game 3 earned him the player of the game, offensive player of the game, as David Wallum gets the player of the game, going a full 9 innings, allowing just 1 run on 3 hits, walking 1 base runner, and striking out 2, facing 31 batters in the contest. A spectacular outing for the freshman out of Vancouver, Washington. David Wallum had his birthday on the 7th, so a happy late birthday to David Wallum, as the pitcher that stands at 6'7", pitched a full 9 innings the day after his birthday. We'll take a break here, then come back and go over the starting lineups here in Wenatchee, Washington, as the Grey Wolves look to extend their 3-game winning streak here in the second half of the season to 4 games. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball here on Grey Wolves Live.
Bum-ba-da-dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust. And all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum ba dum bum bum bum.
Welcome back to the Grey Wolves pregame show here in Wenatchee, Washington, as the Grey Wolves and the Apple Sox are about 10 minutes away from first pitch here as the umpires come out from their locker room to discuss the ground rules with the two managers, AJ Prozek for the Apple Sox and Justin Barkis for the Grey Wolves. Justin Barkis in his first year at the helm of the Grey Wolves, and AJ Prozek in his second season as the head coach, his fourth overall as a coach for the Apple Sox. We'll go over the starting lineups here as the home team Wenatchee Apple Sox will be tossing Justin Blattner at Gonzaga University up in Spokane, Washington, just a jog over the mountains here. And they will produce a lineup of Shane Martinez playing third base, batting leadoff.
And your
Ryan Kreidler playing shortstop, batting second. Batting third will be Matt Bretagno, DHing. Michael Toglia will be first baseman. Jordan Rathbone will be in right field. Evan Douglas will play at second base. Otis Statham will play in left. Hayden Hastings will be behind the plate. And Sheldon Likala will be in center field, coming back after absence away from the ball club. The Grey Wolves will send Dylan Doherty back to the starting lineup as he will lead off for the Grey Wolves, playing shortstop. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. will move back to the designated hitter role, hitting number 2 in the lineup. Ryan Rodriguez will play first base again. Ryan Smith stays in center field. Jack Johnson moves back over to third base after being out of the lineup in the last game. Mark Cardinale moves over to left field after DHing in Game 3 against the Falcons. Curtis Perrin moves from the infield out into right field. Matt Carroll comes back behind the plate and will catch. And Jordan Barkis, the younger brother of Justin Barkis, will play at second base. And Gabe Benavides out of Grand Canyon University will be the starter for the Grey Wolves tonight, coming back out after an 8-inning outing against the Walla Walla Sweets on July 3rd. Gabe Benavides posting a 4.15 ERA, tossing 30 and a third inning pitch so far with a 1-3 record with 21 strikeouts and just 10 walks, as the incoming sophomore at Grand Canyon University from Wilcox, Arizona will take the mound again for the Grey Wolves in his 6th start of Summer League Baseball here in the West Coast League. In his last outing, he did record the loss after allowing 2 earned runs, allowing 5 total runs to score in 8 innings of work, allowing just 4 hits, walking 3 and striking out 4 in 32 batters faced, as the Grey Wolves lost the first game of that 3-game series to the Walla Walla Sweets. As the managers are continuing to go over the starting lineups, as we will discuss starter for the Wenatchee Apple Sox, Justin Blattner, who has a 2-1 record, a 3.42 ERA in 23 and 2/3 inning pitched here in the West Coast League. 19 strikeouts and 4 walks to his name so far this season, as the man from Gonzaga, finishing up his freshman year at Gonzaga, who actually pitched against Grand Canyon University, the team that Gabe Benavides plays for, along with teammate and fellow pitcher Eli Thornquist, both making appearances in Game 1 against the Grand Canyon Antelopes. And Eli Thornquist also pitched in Game 3 of a 4-game series between the Antelopes and the Bulldogs, in which the team split 2-2. The Bulldogs ended up going on to play in the postseason. The Grey Wolves the Antelopes did not, as they are finishing up a 4-year transition from Division II to Division I and must sit out postseason play for Division I baseball and other Division I sports minus men's volleyball. Grey Wolves have the leadoff batter of Dylan Doherty posting a .222 batting average, and Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. posts a team best .344 batting average, followed closely behind by Ryan Smith, who bats .323. Both Mitchell Jr. and Smith tallying 18 total stolen bases for the season, so both with speed on the base paths and both have speed in the outfield as Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. moves between the designated hitter position and right field as Ryan Smith has locked down the center field position for the Grey Wolves. We'll take a break here and come back for the national anthem and then go over the starting lineups here again as the Grey Wolves and the Apple Sox begin Game 1 of this 3-game series here in Wenatchee, Washington. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball here on Grey Wolves Live.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Osland Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves players. Registration is just $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark!
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Baseball here on Grey Wolves Live as the umpires and the home plate umpire and the managers are going over the starting lineup as they will go back to their respective dugouts. The Grey Wolves are down the first baseline tonight, moving back over from the third baseline that they had the last 3 games in Kelowna. If you've never been to Wenatchee, it's set in between the Cascade Mountains and the mountain range to the east in Washington, as Wenatchee is set in between. If you've been through the gorge, just down I-84 from Gresham, you see the rolling hills that make up the gorge, and it's very similar to that except more in central Washington here in Wenatchee as the first pitch is thrown out by a young man here in Wenatchee. The sun is beating down here as it didn't rain yesterday in Kelowna, but we were able to get the ball game in as the field holds water well up there in Kelowna, even though they have no tarp. The field here looks beautiful as the grass is green. The dirt looks very soft compared to the last game and the last series the Grey Wolves played in, where the field was very dry and very light tan compared to this darker field that looks more like a soft dirt infield here in Wenatchee. There are trees in left field, pine trees behind the wall in left field and the scoreboard in left center as marketing partner sponsorships line the fence here in Wenatchee. 325 to the corner in right field, 335 to the corner in left, and 406 to dead center are the distances a ball needs to travel to get out of this ballpark here at Paul Thomas Stadium. in Wenatchee, Washington. Gray Wolves have started off the season, second half of the season, 3-0. Have a 14-16 record so far total this season, and lead the West Coast League South Division in the second half of the season, chasing that coveted second playoff spot for the second half of the season in the playoffs, as Corvallis won the first half title. We will take you out to the crowd mic here as the national anthem is about to be played. You're listening to Gresham Gray Wolves Baseball.
Also a member of the local American Legion's Color Guard. So if you would, please welcome Christy Robinson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Christy Robinson.
Live from Osland Field at Mount Hood Community College, this is Gresham Gray Wolves Baseball, presented by Active Family Chiropractic, Edward Jones, Gresham Ford, Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, the Gresham Police Officers Association, Lucky Pint, Metro East Web Academy, Northwest Accounting Partners, Olympic Gym, Riverview Community Bank, and State Farm. Gresham Gray Wolves Baseball starts now.
Foster Parent Recruitment phone line.
Welcome to Gresham Gray Wolves Baseball here from Wenatchee, Washington, as the Gray Wolves have traveled down from Kelowna, British Columbia, to be in the second half of this 6-game road trip, as the Gray Wolves completed 3 games and took the series with a sweep in Kelowna, the first sweep of the season, the first sweep for the Gray Wolves in history in their inaugural season here in the West Coast League.
40th anniversary day.
Gray Wolves are
coffee mugs and a $300
sending Dylan Doherty, Jeffrey Mitchell Jr., and Ryan Rodriguez to the plate here in the top of the first inning, as the Gray Wolves begin Game 4 of the 6-game road trip
at home. Jake
and Game 1 of this 3-game series with the Wenatchee Apple Sox.
Future power hitter bat kid. You must be 10 years of age, have a good understanding of
Justin Blattner will take the mound for the Apple Sox, posting a 3.42 ERA and 23 2/3 inning pitched with 19 strikeouts and a 2-1 record. The lefty. It's a lefty-lefty matchup tonight for both pitchers, as Gabe Benavides will be starting on the mound for the Gray Wolves in the bottom half of the frame. Gray Wolves posting a 14-16 record, as the first pitch to Dylan Doherty is outside and high for ball number 1. The 1-0 pitch is a strike outside part of the plate for strike number 1, as Dylan Doherty sees the first strike from starter Justin Blattner. Justin Blattner out of Gonzaga University, one of 7 Gonzaga members, as the 1-1 pitch is a called strike for strike number 2, outer part of the plate again. 1-2 pitch from Blattner will be here right now as the windup and delivery swung on. High chopper at the shoulders, and it's going to get through the middle for a base hit for Dylan Doherty, the leadoff single for the Gray Wolves.
Say, fans, for your safety, watch out for those foul balls. Foul balls may be exchanged.
Last time the Gray Wolves led off
Apple Sox home game or
the game with a single, they ended up scoring, and that was in Game 3
and now batting for the
and Game 2 of the last series against Kelowna,
Mitchell Jr.
as the Gray Wolves scored 2 runs in the first inning, 2 nights in a row. Curtis Perrin leading off Game 3 with a single, as Dylan Doherty's over at first base, and Blattner will come set the lefty, look over at Doherty a couple times, and come home to the plate. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. will show bunt and pull it back as the ball was upstairs and outside. A throw down from the catcher, Hastings, to first base is not in time. Toglia playing first base. Evan Douglas at second. Kreidler at short as the pitch 1-0. Bunted, pushed towards the first base side. Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. quickly up the line, but the first baseman stays on the bag, and the pitcher Blattner will go over and get the ball right near the grass, where the grass ends and the dirt begins here on the infield, as Dylan Doherty will move up a bag on the sacrifice bunt.
You're loud, and the crew may just toss some your way. And now batting for the Gray Wolves.
That'll bring up Ryan Rodriguez, who had a multi-RBI game in Game 3 of the series with Kelowna, with Dylan Doherty down at second base, as the pitch from Blattner is outside for ball number 1. Ryan Rodriguez is hitting .239 in the season with 16 hits, a double and a triple to his name, and 5 RBIs. He's earned 10 walks, and he has stolen 4 bases. We saw him steal a base in the last series. As time is called, Ryan believing that Blattner was taking too much time out on the hill. As Rodriguez will step back in and point the bat out in center field and slap the 1-0 pitch out of play into the tennis courts and basketball courts adjacent to the first baseline here on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College. Softball field behind center field, just like last night. Welcome back to Gray Wolves Baseball here as Ryan Smith singled after Ryan Rodriguez stole second base and scored Ryan Rodriguez. Jack Johnson popped up in foul territory, and Mark Cardinale just popped up to retire the side here to the catcher, as the Gray Wolves score 2 runs here in the first
giveaways of the night,
and leave 1 base runner here, as the Gray Wolves put up another 2 spot for the 3rd game in a row in the first inning.
Dave in the morning
on 2 hits,
anniversary mugs.
3 hits.
That's right, Dave.
1 runner left on base and no errors.
And this goes
here for the Gray Wolves. You're listening to Gresham Gray Wolves Baseball here on Gray Wolves Live.
Go to seat.
Turn a double play with the Gresham Gray Wolves this season by becoming a marketing partner. If you or someone you know who would like more information on how to become a marketing partner of the Gresham Gray Wolves during their inaugural season, contact Derek Hargett at 503-890-8827 for more information. Again, that number is 503-890-8827. Your partnership with the Gresham Gray Wolves will be a howling time.
Howling good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Gray Wolves. where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Baseball here as we head to the bottom of the first inning as Gabe Benavides comes out to the mound for another appearance here for the Grey Wolves. Gabe Benavides going 8 innings in his last appearance against the Walla Walla Sweets. He lasted an inning in relief against Kitsap in a 7-0 win, allowing just 1 hit, facing 4 batters and striking out 1.
And leading off for the Apple Sox,
He went 4 1/3 inning against
Shane Martinez.
against Wenatchee, and last time the Wenatchee Apple Sox and the Grey Wolves faced off, and the Grey Wolves 11-9 win, getting the no decision as Grey Wolves were down 6-0 before scoring 11 runs in the last 3 innings to take the win. As Shane Martinez will step into the batter's box for the Apple Sox, the third baseman. Martinez out of Arizona, going to the University of Arizona here as Gabe Benavides delivers a fastball outside for ball number 1. The 1-0 pitch is skied into deep left field. Cardinelli running after it, but it's going to get out of here for a home run. As the leadoff batter hits a home run, Shane Martinez here, the first home run off Gabe for the season.
And now coming to bat for the Apple Sox, the shortstop, Ryan Kreidler.
So that makes the ball game 2-1 here, as Gabe has faced 1 batter and allowed 1 run off of the leadoff home run by Martinez. The first pitch to Ryan Kreidler is inside for ball number 1. The shortstop for the Apple Sox, attending UCLA next fall, as the 1-0 pitch is down low for ball number 2. The pitch is swung on, skied into center field. Ryan Smith chasing after it. As it hits off the bottom of the wall, and he's going to get into second base with a stand-up double. As Gabe Benavides is in a little bit of trouble here after 2 extra base hits to lead off the game. A home run by Shane Martinez and a double by Ryan Kreidler.
And now coming to bat for the Apple Sox, the designated hitter, Matt Rattano.
That'll bring up Matt Rattano, designated hitter tonight for the Apple Sox. Rattano just finishing up his freshman year at UC Irvine, down in Irvine, California. Stepping in with a runner in scoring position after Kreidler's double. And the Grey Wolves lead 2-1 here, as the first pitch is a curveball from Benavides, down low, smothered by the catcher Caro. Caro's behind the plate. Rodriguez is at first. Barkas is at second base. Dylan Doherty is at short out of Cal Poly. Jack Johnson out of University of Washington is at third. Cardinelli is in left. Smith is in center, and Perrin is in right field as Gabe Benavides comes set the 1-0 pitch and delivers home. And it's going to be another pitch low in the zone. A fastball this time makes the count 2-0. Gabe is going to call time and get a new ball here from the home plate umpire. The Grey Wolves in all gray tonight. Gray pants, gray jerseys, gray hats with black socks. As the sun is setting behind the hill Down the third baseline, the 2-0 pitch is a curveball swung on and fouled off between the legs of the catcher, Caro. Benavides posted a 3.18 ERA out of Grand Canyon University this spring, pitching 17 innings and pitching against Dylan Doherty and Michael Breen, both teammates on this Gray Wolves team. Dylan Doherty was hit by Gabe on March 12th, in which the Gray Wolves won 16-3, and Michael Breen flew out to right field in his one appearance off of Benavides. And May 4th, San Jose State won that game 7-6. As a 2-1 pitch is skied into left field. This time Cardinale is going to get underneath it and throw it into the third baseman, Jack Johnson, to hold Ryan Kreidler at second base.
Michael Tolia.
That'll bring up Michael Tolia. Michael Tolia playing first base tonight. Another UCLA commit from Gig Harbor, Washington, west of here and west of Seattle, here as Wenatchee sits just about smack dab in central Washington, as the pickoff play to second base is not in time from Benavides. Benavides throwing it to Jordan Barkus, the second baseman. As Benavides comes set and delivers home. And it's going to be a slider that just gets the outside part of the plate for strike number 1. Oh, 1 count, 1 out, runner at second base. Gray Wolves lead 2-1 here as leadoff batter Martinez hit a home run. The 0-1 pitch is skied into deep left field again. And this one's going to get off the Jiffy Lube sign in left center field. And Ryan Cloud's going to get waved home. And the throw to third base is going to be not in time as Michael Tolia gets in with a triple and an RBI, scoring Kreidler on the play.
And now coming to bat for the Apple Sox, right fielder Jordan Rathbone.
That'll bring up Jordan Rathbone. Jordan Rathbone just finishing up his redshirt freshman season at Gonzaga, one of 7 Gonzaga Bulldogs on this Wenatchee Apple Sox team, as pitching coach Sanderson comes out to have a little chat with Benavides and Caro, as the game is now tied 2-2 and there's only 1 out in the inning. And Benavides has given up 3 extra base hits, a home run, a double, and a triple. As Ian Sanderson will go back to the dugout. Caro talks a little bit with Jack Johnson as he walks back to the plate. And Jordan Rathbone will step into the batter's box, the right fielder tonight for the Apple Sox. Scoreboard is identical, but we're still not through the first, as a changeup is swung on and missed by Rathbone. Benavides throwing an off-speed pitch for a second time as the first pitch is a strike, as the 0-1 pitch is laced up the middle over the top of Benavides' head, and that makes it a 3-2 ball game with 4 hits in the inning after a Rathbone single.
And now coming to bat for the Apple Sox, second baseman Evan Douglas.
That'll bring up Evan Douglas, the second baseman for the Apple Sox. Evan Douglas out of Lewis and Clark State. Just finished up his sophomore year, as the curveball from Benavides is low in the dirt, smothered by Caro. Throw down to second base is not in time. as Rathbone will get into second base with a wild pitch.
That's tonight's Keyhole Security first stolen base of the game. To keep your valuables from being stolen, call Keyhole Security for all your residential.
As it looks like that's going to actually go down as a stolen base.
It's Keyhole Security, 663-5610, 708.
As the ball didn't get past Carroll, but did get in the dirt. 1-0 count, 1 out, runner at second base. Sliced into center field, right at Ryan Smith, who will make the catch. Do a pirouette in center field and throw the ball into third base, where Jack Johnson is, to keep Rathbone at second base.
Left fielder, Otis Statham.
So there's 2 outs now, as Otis Statham comes in to the batter's box, hitting left-handed. Apple Sox in all white uniforms. Grey Wolves in all gray. As Benavides will come set with the runner at second base and spin turn and not throw down to second base. Otis Statham at a Nevada Reno. As the first pitch to Otis is swung on and missed. Another off-speed pitch to lead off the at-bat from Benavides, as it looked like he might have been getting or telling his pitches, as the Apple Sox were jumping all over the first pitch when it was a fastball, but unable to keep up with or stay on top of changeup or curveball, as another off-speed pitch is swung on and missed by Otis Statham, and that makes the count 0-2. As Apple Sox batters are swinging at Benavides' pitches, and his fastball is getting smoked around the ballpark, but his off-speed pitches haven't been touched yet. Statham will call time in the batter's box, get it granted by the home plate umpire, and Benavides will step off the mound. Play will be put back into play. Benavides will get his sign from catcher Caro. Comes set. Not even look back at second base and deliver. Fastball swung on and missed. And Caro holds on to it, but not after the damage is done. As the Apple Sox get 3 runs here in the first and now lead 3-2 after 1 runner is left on base. No errors and 4 hits are recorded as 3 runs come in to score. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball here on Grey Wolves Live.
We're doing an Indy 500 style.
Bum ba da dum da da dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum ba dum bum bum bum.
Fostering Together agencies are here tonight.
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Baseball here in Wenatchee, Washington, as the Grey Wolves head to the top of the second inning here, trailing 3-2 as 5 runs have been scored with only 6 outs being recorded here through the first inning. As Apple Sox leadoff batter Shane Martinez hit a leadoff home run. Ryan Kreidler then doubled, and Michael Tolia tripled, and then Jordan Rathbone singled. So 3 RBIs. All runs being earned off of Benavides, the starter for your Gresham Grey Wolves.
Curtis Parent.
But he did get a strikeout and 2 flyouts to end the inning. Ball getting hit hard all over the ballpark, as Gabe will go regroup in the dugout, chat with pitching coach Sanderson, as Curtis Parent will see a first pitch changeup over the heart of the plate for strike number 1. And the 0-1 pitch is delivered by Blattner, way outside for ball number 1, as Curtis Perrin is now looking at a 1-1 count from the Gonzaga lefty. Pitching primarily in relief for the Bulldogs, as did Benavides for the Antelopes of Grand Canyon. Both getting starters amount of innings here, as the 1-1 pitch is upstairs for ball number 2. Blattner will deliver a 2-1 pitch over the heart of the plate, clipping the outside part of the plate for strike number 2, making the count 2-2 now. Here's the Grey Wolves will look to get more runs scored, as a 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed by Perrin. The lefty-lefty matchup. And bring up Matt Carroll, the catcher.
That was good for $5 off any service at your local Jiffy Lube. Visit Jiffy Lube tomorrow at either their South or North Mission Street locations. And thanks, Jiffy Lube, for keeping my ride alive.
So we were going to have
and now batting for the Grey
Carter
Wolves,
Book
catcher,
and Michael
Matt Carroll.
Clark on the broadcast tonight here in the second and third innings, but they are the two relievers that are up first for the Grey Wolves here, as the first pitch from Blattner is fouled off into the basketball courts by Matt Carroll. But after the first inning, both relievers are now getting warmed up and prepared mentally if Benavides can't calm down. The 0-1 pitch, 1 out, swung on and missed by Carroll. Gets a little bit of a piece of it, but tips it into the glove of Hastings. The count is now 0-2 with 1 out in the inning. The 0-2 pitch is a fastball outside for ball number 1. It looked close there, but Matt Carroll decidingly laying off of that, even with an 0-2 count. The 1-2 pitch from Blattner, out of the windup, swung on, chopped up the middle. High bouncer. It's going to get past all of the middle infielders, as Kreidler and Douglas switched positions there, running past the ball, and Matt Carroll gets on with a 1-out single here in the second inning.
Fish, chicken, ground beef, pork, vegetarian, or vegan. And don't forget the Baja
As
style
Jordan Barkus will step into the batter's box
and delicious, made from
for the Grey Wolves.
fish, crunchy
Barkus, the
cabbage,
left-handed
cheese, and signature
batting
white sauce. Only
second
at
baseman.
Taco Del Mar, where Baja lives. And now
Throws
batting
right-handed,
Grey
bats
Wolves,
left
second
out of
baseman
Lower
Jordan
Columbia College from Kaiser, Oregon, where the Salem Kaiser Volcanoes, minor league short A season team, play their baseball. As the first pitch to Barkus is fouled off of his leg, as time is called by the field umpire, seeing that one off the leg of the second baseman for the Grey Wolves. Barkus is hitting .250 with 10 hits and 2 doubles for the Grey Wolves. Here with a slightly open stance, not much, as Blattner will step off as Barkus calls time from the batter's box. So both pitchers not really working that quickly with runners on base, as both teams have called time from the batter's box. As the pitcher, Blattner, delivers. 0-1 pitch is low and outside for ball number 1, which evens up the count at 1-1. Barkus finished up his sophomore year at Lower Columbia College and is playing for the Grey Wolves here this season in their inaugural season of play, playing in the West Coast League, a well-touted league across the country, as many current Major League Baseball players have played in this league. As the 1-2 pitch is swung on, slapped left side, gets a crazy hop, and it's going to go over the top of the shortstop's head Ryan Kreidler with a single. So 2 singles in a row here for Caro and Barkas.
To the top of the order for the
Get
Grey Wolves.
another base runner in
Now
scoring
batting,
position for the Grey Wolves, bringing up Dylan Doherty, who singled in his leadoff at-bat in the first, coming around to score 2 batters later on a Ryan Rodriguez single. So the Grey Wolves are threatening again here, with runners in the scoring position again and 2 runners on, as Blattner will look down at second base, deliver home, and that's going to peg Curtis Perrin in the back. Dylan Doherty in the back, right between the numbers. And the first pitch to Doherty gets him. He's going to take his time going down to first base, as that one stings.
And now batting for the Grey Wolves.
And Barkas comes halfway down from his
Mitchell Jr.
third base coach box, and doesn't look like he said anything. He kind of shakes his head slowly, as now the bases are loaded. With Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. at the plate. And Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. is not a batter you want to face with the bases loaded. Mitchell Jr. with 33 hits on the season, hitting .344 with 4 doubles and a triple and 14 walks. So a patient batter at the plate as he swings at the first pitch he sees, grounds at second base side, and it's a double play ball, and they're going to say they got him at first base. So a 4-6-3 double play ends the inning as the Grey Wolves have the bases loaded there with 2 outs. And, with 1 out, the double play ends it as the Grey Wolves will be sent packing, leaving 2 base runners on base
for you this time.
as Gabe Benavides will come back out for the second inning here and try to put a 0 on the board here in the bottom of the inning and make this game and keep this game close here in the bottom of the second inning. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball here on Grey Wolves Live.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Osland Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves players. Registration is just $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark!
Kids 12 and under.
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Baseball here as a throwdown from Matt Caro is into second base.
And now batting for the Apple Sox, the catcher, Hayden Hastings.
Catcher Hayden Hastings will step into the batter's box for the Apple Sox after Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. grounded it into a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. He was very close at first base as the shortstop took multiple steps as the first pitch from Benavides is grounded up the middle but cut off by Dylan Doherty and makes a strong throw over to Ryan Rodriguez at first base to retire the first out of the second inning here for the Apple Sox.
And now batting for the Apple Sox, center fielder Sheldon Leikola.
That'll bring up Sheldon Leikola, center fielder tonight for the Apple Sox, coming back after having a short contract earlier in the season, as the Apple Sox were riddled with injuries in the outfield. As the first pitch from Benavides is a strike down the middle of the plate that Leikola shows bunt on and pulls back. As Jack Johnson is now on the grass and a curveball in the dirt is ball number 1. So the Apple Sox have 7 Gonzaga players on their team, including incoming freshmen, as the 1-1 pitches another off-speed pitch in the dirt, which makes the count 2-1. and have 5 Pac-12 players on their roster, many of them incoming freshmen as well. So a very young Apple Sox team, but players that will go into the Conference of Champions, as the 2-1 pitch is low for ball number 3, and it's going to make it 3-1 now to the number 9 batter, Sheldon Leakola. Leakola posting a .375 batting average in 5 games played with 6 hits as he grounds over to the right side. Barkis smothers it with his stomach, and it's going to be not in time as Leakola gets on base there with an error. So an E4 puts Leakola on base, and that's the first runner for the Apple Sox here in the inning. That'll bring it back to the top of the lineup. Shane Martinez, the third baseman, who led off the bottom of the first inning with a leadoff home run to deep left field, clearing the .335 mark. As Benavides comes set and delivers home. It's a slider that clips the outside part of the plate for strike number 1. As Benavides will look to get ahead of the count early in this one, as Martinez took the 1-0 pitch out of here last time. Is swinging and fouling off the 0-1 pitch is Martinez, making the count 0-2 as the ball was grounded into the dirt and back to the netting here in Wenatchee, Washington. Wenatchee known for their apples, hence the name, Apple Sox, as Central Washington and Eastern Washington produce many delicious fruits, peaches, apples, pears, as Benavides comes set a high leg kick, and the ball is high just like the knee. As the count is now 1-2, as Caro had to get out of his squat to catch that one over the top of the left-handed batter's box. Shane Martinez batting from the right side. As he gets his sign from Caro. Benavides getting the sign. Coming home with the pitch. And it's going to be fouled out of play over the top of the Grey Wolves dugout. Dugouts are completely open here. Very similar to the Oakland A's of Major League Baseball with the completely open dugouts. As there is green carpet turf out in front of the dugout to signify part of the dugout, but you wouldn't want to be standing out there, as a foul ball would definitely be possible of getting you, as Benavides will step off with his left foot and throw over to Rodriguez at first, as Rodriguez has to sprawl to get that one from going out of play and past the first base bag. Still a 1-2 count, 1 out. Grey Wolves trail 3-2 to the Apple Sox. As the 1-2 pitch is swung on, broken bat, third base side, double play ball, as Jack Johnson will deliver to second base. Jordan Barkis will throw it over to first, but the throw in not in time at first base to get Martinez, as Leakola will be out on a fielder's choice at second base.
Ryan Kreidler.
But Shane Martinez will reach on that fielder's choice and bring up Ryan Kreidler, who doubled in his last at-bat and scored on Michael Tolia's triple. So the Apple Sox hitting for the cycle collectively as a team in the first inning, and doing it in interesting fashion, homering, doubling, tripling, and then singling. So jumping all over the place, as the first pitch to Tolia is, Kreidler is low in the zone for ball number 1. Tolia, the man who tripled in that inning. Kreidler doubled. And Martinez, the man at first base right now, homering. Martinez at first, getting a long look from Benavides as the ball is slapped into deep center field. Ryan Smith running after it, and he's going to make the catch on the warning track to retire his side. So both teams not scoring any runs, but getting runners on base here in the second inning as we go to the top of the third inning, as the Grey Wolves still trail 3-2. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball here on Grey Wolves Live.
Your home by calling 663-51.
Bum ba da dum da da dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum ba dum bum bum bum.
And visit with representatives.
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Live as the Apple Sox leads your Gresham Grey Wolves 3-2 here as we head to the third inning here at Paul Thomas Stadium here on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College in Wenatchee, Washington.
The Wenatchee Valley Mall serving coffee,
big producer of apples,
salad, pastries, and delicious desserts
here in the Great Northwest. It's a beautiful day here as the sun is shining. There are a sprinkle of clouds here
Alley Cafe gift cards make great gifts
as Ryan Rodriguez will step into the batter's box as the line score reads 2 runs for the Grey Wolves on 5 hits with an error and 3 runs on 4 hits for the Apple Sox as Rodriguez steps into the batter's box and sees a first pitch from Blattner high for ball number 1. Rodriguez hitting .239 for the Grey Wolves in 67 at-bats with 16 hits, a single, a triple, as the 1-0 pitch is low for ball number 2. And 5 stolen bases as Rodriguez stole second in the last inning, as the 2-0 pitch is low for ball number 3. So Rodriguez working a 3-0 count now here in the third after he singled in the first. And he's going to see the 3-0 pitch, a called strike inside for strike number 1. As Blattner just getting the inside part of the plate for that strike. 3-1 pitch is fouled off into the netting down the first baseline. Blattner having 5 total appearances this summer, 4 in West Coast League play, posting a 3.42 ERA and 23 2/3 inning pitch as the 3-2 pitch is chopped up the middle, second base side, and it's going to be in time on a one-hop, scooped up by the first baseman Tolia as Evan Douglas's throw from second base was low to get Ryan Rodriguez at first base for the first out of the inning.
Discover the benefits of a GISA credit union membership. Visit
That'll bring up Ryan Smith,
and now batting for the Grey Wolves, center field,
who singled in his last at-bat but did not come around to score, being left at first base. As the Grey Wolves put up a 2 spot in the first, just like they did the last 2 nights in Kelowna. The first pitch to Smith from Blattner is a called strike right over the heart of the plate, a fastball from Blattner. Blattner went to Gonzaga Prep and then ended up going to Gonzaga University as the 0-1 pitch is bunted foul over the top of the catcher's mask into the netting here. As the count is now 0-2 with 1 out as Ryan Smith was bunting for a base hit there. Very small dirt infield here as the middle infielders are in normal position. As the 0-2 pitch is a 2-seamer that doesn't get over the top of the plate and is high for ball number 1. Blattner played 4 years for the Gonzaga Prep. As the 1-2 pitch is upstairs again for ball number 2. Playing outfield and pitching. As he just finished up his freshman year at Gonzaga University in Spokane, Washington. As the 2-2 pitch is again outside, as Blaitner is unable to get a 2-strike pitch over the top of the plate here to Ryan Smith, the center fielder for your Gresham Gray Wolves. As the payoff pitch is outside again, so 4 straight pitches outside from the Gonzaga pitcher. Put Ryan Smith on base on balls.
Price, value, and selection. Les Schwab, home of the best tire value promise. And now batting for the Gray Wolves.
So base on balls for Ryan Smith, put a speedy first runner on the base paths here in the third as Jack Johnson steps up to plate. Popping up to the first baseman as Ryan Smith bluffs on a steal as the first pitch from Blaitner to Jack Johnson is a called strike. So the Gray Wolves have a base runner for the third time this game in the through 3 innings. Excuse me. They've gotten a runner on base every single inning so far through 3 innings as Ryan Smith takes a big lead over at first base, bluffs again on the steal. Ball's going to be chopped up the middle, double play ball. The shortstop will get it on the hop, and Kreidler, the shortstop, will get the ball, step on the bag, and make the throw over to first place to retire the side. A 6-3 double play ends the third inning as we'll head to the bottom half of the frame here as the Gray Wolves trail 3-2 here on Gray Wolves Live.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Hey kids, the Gresham Gray Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Osland Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Gray Wolves players. Registration is just $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGrayWolves.com. See you at the ballpark!
Howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Gray Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway, the locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Welcome back to Gray Wolves Baseball, here as Matt Rattano steps into the batter's box, the designated hitter for the Apple Sox, as Benavides is coming back out for the third inning. And there is no movement in the Gray Wolves bullpen here as the Gray Wolves trail 3-2 here in Wenatchee. The first pitch to Rattano is outside for ball number 1. Rattano flying out to left field, as the first 4 batters put the ball in the air for the Apple Sox, as this one's chopped left side. Doherty charging it, making a strike over to Rodriguez to retire Rattano for the first out of the inning.
Residents of Chelan and Douglas counties, give them a call at 888.
So 2 ground outs to lead off the innings here in the second and the third for Benavides, as Michael Tolia will step into the batter's box, the first baseman for the Apple Sox, who tripled in his last at-bat. Tolia from Gig Harbor, Washington, attending UCLA next fall. As the first pitch to Tolia is a called strike for strike number 1. The 0-1 pitch is inside and upstairs for ball number 1. So it's going to be 1-1 now, as Benavides will come set out of the windup and deliver a 1-1 pitch strike at the knees for strike number 2. The 1-2 pitch is a curveball. It doesn't break as Benavides licks his lips. Licks his fingers and wipes them off before coming set again, getting the sign quickly from Caro and delivering a fastball. Swung on and missed as Caro holds on to it, and he'll throw it down to Jack Johnson as they throw it around the horn here in Wenatchee. So 2 up so far and 2 down here in the third for Benavides, who is
right fielder,
now facing right fielder Jordan Rathbone. After the strikeout by Tolia, Rathbone playing in right field and singling in his last at-bat, which scored Tolia. As Rathbone sees a first pitch strike from Gabe Benavides, and the 0-1 pitch is slapped foul into the Apple Sox dugout down the third baseline. Rathbone hitting from the right-handed batter's box, now with an 0-2 count. So Gabe working quickly here in the third as the 0-2 pitch is delivered, and it's swung on and laced up the middle past Benavides for a single here by Rathbone, his second single of the evening.
And now coming to bat for the Apple Sox.
That'll bring up Evan Douglas, the second baseman, who flew out to center in his last at-bat and was the second out of that inning. As the Apple Sox put up a 3 spot on the board. And that's how it stands right now. Home team Apple Sox lead the Grey Wolves 3-2. Both teams have 5 hits, and the Grey Wolves have committed 1 error. As Rathbone is at first base, and the first pitch from Benavides is swung on and missed by Evan Douglas. So Benavides working ahead quickly in the count. 3 batters in a row after leadoff batter Matt Rattano grounded out on the first pitch he saw. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Way out in front of it was Evan Douglas. It makes a count 0-2 now with a runner at first base. As the Apple Sox have gotten a base runner on in the first 3 innings, every single inning here as well. Benavides getting the sign. Ball hanging from his left hand. He'll come set with a slight angled body as the 0-2 pitch is in the dirt, and Evan Douglas is going to let Jordan Rathbone steal a base without swinging there as the 0-2 pitch is not swung on. So no hit and run there, and a stolen base for Jordan Rathbone. Evan Douglas hitting .289 in 23 games played. 5 doubles and a triple to his name and 7 RBIs with a runner in scoring position. The 1-2 pitch is in the dirt again and smothered by Caro, so it's going to be 2-2 now to the second baseman. At a Lewis and Clark State from Spokane, Washington. Couple-hour drive from Wenatchee to Spokane. Spokane, a beautiful area here in eastern Washington. As a 2-2 pitch from Benavides is swung on and missed, and Caro holds on to keep it as no throw is necessary to first base as Benavides gets 2 strikeouts in the inning and leaves a base runner after 1 hit, no runs and no errors.
Licensed in Washington.
As the Grey Wolves still trail 3-2 here, heading to the 4th inning. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball here on Grey Wolves Live.
All right, racing the Coyotes.
You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum ba dum bum bum bum.
Community Resource Group for being here tonight.
Welcome back to Wenatchee, Washington here as Blattner finishes up his warm-up pitches here with the Apple Sox leading the Gray Wolves 3-2 here as we head to the top of the fourth inning with Jack Johnson, Cardinale, Perrin, and Caro coming up to the plate.
25 degrees. T-Mobile is changing the game in wireless. No gimmicks, no annual service contracts, no limits. Why wait? Switch to the Uncarrier today.
Gray Wolves trailing 3-2 after scoring 2 in the first. Doherty singling. Rodriguez singling, scoring Doherty after he had moved to second base on a sacrifice by Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. And Ryan Smith singling as well, scoring Rodriguez after he had stolen second base.
Gray Wolves left fielder Mark Cardinale.
So Cardinale will step into the batter's box after popping up at the catcher in the last at-bat. He's going to pop up here in the middle of the infield as well, and the shortstop, Kreidler, will make the catch. So 2 pop-ups in the infield for Cardinale are how he's fared so far here in Wenatchee, as Curtis Perrin will step into the batter's box.
And now coming to bat for the Gray Wolves, right fielder Curtis Perrin.
Curtis Perrin striking out in his last at-bat, as the first pitch he sees is a fastball, inner third for strike number 1. The 0-1 pitch is fouled into the netting, as Curtis Perrin is now looking at an 0-2 count with 1 out in the inning. Curtis Perrin seeing the Blattner pitch and fouling it off towards the campus housing and the parking lot here at Wenatchee Valley College. The 0-2 pitch is way upstairs for ball number 1, as Curtis Perrin now looks at a 1-2 count. Curtis Perrin posting a 190 batting average with 8 hits on the season. 1 triple and 1 double, as the 1-2 pitch is low for ball number 2. And the catcher Hastings will throw it back out to Blattner, the Gonzaga product, who pitches here in Wenatchee, Washington during the summer for the Apple Sox. As the 2-2 pitch is up at the chin of Perrin, as he'll lean back and even up the count at 3-2 now, after seeing 2 straight strikes to lead off the at-bat. Here with 1 out, Gray Wolves trailing 3-2, and he's going to earn a walk here. So Perrin gets on base for the first time tonight.
Now here at the ballpark, Apple Sox
after
Youth
leading off
T-shirts, only $2.
The lineup last night in Kelowna, with a single in the first and a single in the 7th, and reaching base 3 times in the game, going 2 for 4 with that walk, as Matt Carroll will step into the batter's box for the Gray Wolves with a runner at first base. The catcher out of Columbia University from Pacific Palisades, California, as the first pitch is thrown to first base instead, and gets away from the first baseman, Tolia, but he's able to track it down out on the outfield grass without Curtis Perrin going anywhere, as that one was way too close for Perrin to take off on. So Matt Caro with no balls and no strikes, with a runner at first base, as he swings and fouls off just off the end of the bat into the netting to make the count 0-1. Matt Caro hitting .115 in 14 games and 26 plate appearances with 3 hits. He has 10 walks, and he's been hit by 3 pitches. The 0-1 count. Blattner taking his time out on the mound, and he'll deliver home. And it's going to be a fastball inside for ball number 1. The catcher Hastings sliding over to keep that one in front of him. Perrin getting a little talk over there from Michael Pena, the first base coach, also the batting coach here for the Grey Wolves, as Blattner comes set on the mound and will deliver home. And it's going to be another fastball inside, making the count 2-1. As the Grey Wolves post a .236 batting average with a .338 on-base percentage, scoring 120 runs so far this season, making 122, as the Grey Wolves have scored 2 here so far tonight. They've gotten 243 hits as a 2-1 pitch is belt high for strike number 2. And Carroll will step back out of the batter's box, readjust his gloves, and come back in and get set with a slightly open stance with his left toe on the ground and his heel off the ground. 2-2 pitch is delivered, swung on, and fouled off over the pine trees into the basketball courts here, parallel to the first baseline. So Kara now with a 2-2 count again. And 1 out, runner at first base. That's Perrin after he walked, and he's going to see a 2-2 pitch called strike. Not really a big ring him up strike 3 call, as the umpire just puts his hand in a flexing motion in front of his chin, as the 2-2 pitch was very close, but looked like it might have been a ball, so not very enthusiastic was the home plate umpire there, calling out Matt Carroll, bringing up Jordan Barkis. So 2 outs with Perrin at first base after a walk, and Blattner will throw over to Perrin at first base. Tolia will catch it and throw it back out to Blattner on the mound. And Barkis will step back into the batter's box, not seeing a pitch yet this at bat. 2 outs. Grey Wolves trail 3-2 as the first pitch is in the dirt for ball number 1. Barkis singling in his last at bat and moving over to second on Dylan Doherty's hit by pitch. As Perrin's over at first base after a walk, and the 1-0 pitch is belt high for strike number 1 to Jordan Barkis. He asks the home plate umpire a question, gets clarification on the call, and steps back in, waving the black piece of lumber in his hands and the elbow guard on his right elbow. Batting from the left-handed batter's box as the 1-1 pitch is low and outside for ball number 2. There's still no movement in the bullpen for the Grey Wolves and no movement in the bullpen for the Apple Sox, as both pitchers have settled down after the first inning. As Perrin leads off, and it's a grounder just past the first base bag, but just foul, as Jordan Barkis grounds that one foul. And a reserve pitcher, not suited up, will go and grab the foul ball and toss it into the dugout for the Grey Wolves. It's a 2-2 count with Curtis Perrin at first base. Curtis Perrin playing in right field tonight. As a throw from Blattner is over to first base again, making sure Perrin isn't going anywhere. Perrin playing his baseball at Seattle University. As the 2-2 pitch is softly lined over to the third baseman, Martinez, who will make the grab easily and retire aside here in the 4th. We'll be back here to begin the bottom of the 4th inning with your Gresham Grey Wolves trailing 3-2.
Sunny FM.
You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball here on Grey Wolves Live.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Has been committed to provide their customers with the most for their tire dollar. Price, value.
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Baseball. Here as Gabe Benavides comes back out for the fourth.
25 years of service.
As a throwdown from Matt Carroll goes into second base.
25 million people.
And Otis Statham will come up to bat here in the fourth for the Apple Sox.
Transit services. Visit www.
Statham struck out swinging last at bat in the first inning.
And now batting for the Apple Sox, left fielder
as
Statham.
Benavides will take his time, as will Statham. Statham hitting from the left side. From our view, the right-handed batter's box. Gabe Benavides pitching from the left. Swung on, slapped towards the right side. And that's going to be an out for Gabe Benavides as the throw from Jordan Barkis is on target at first base to retire the first batter here in the fourth.
The catcher, Hayden Hastings.
That'll bring up Hayden Hastings, the catcher. First pitch from Benavides is a called strike, as Benavides gets a first pitch strike in there to Hastings. Hastings, another Gonzaga player, one of 7, as the 0-1 pitch is just inside for ball number 1. The 1-1 pitch is in the dirt, but they're going to say Hastings went around on the pitch, as Benavides gets the count 1-2 now to Hastings, the catcher, wearing number 23. Sox navy blue, and his pants at his knees, and as Benavides comes set out of the windup and delivers. Swung on, chopped towards the second base side. Barkis unable to play that one, as Hastings will get on base with a single
games at their fabulous casinos in Manson
here in the fourth.
Join the Player Advantage Card Club and watch your points pile up, and then turn those points into remarkable experiences throughout their casino.
Benavides now pitching to Shelton
Leakola. Meals and valuable merchandise. 12 Tribes Colville Casinos. And now
Leakola reaching on an error in his last at-bat by the second baseman, as Hayden Hastings officially reaches base on an error by a second baseman. So 2 errors by Jordan Barkis, the second baseman for the Grey Wolves, as Benavides will deliver home. Swung on, chopped in the air towards the dugout. It's going to clank off the roof of the dugout down the third baseline of the Apple Sox. Grey Wolves trail 3-2. As Leakola will step back into the batter's box wearing number 28. And Benavides will come set after getting his signs and throw over to first, just to hold Hastings there. The 0-1 pitch is scuffed foul back to the backstop by Leakola. Leakola out of Richland, Washington, playing at Central Washington University. He's going to be a junior there at Central Washington. As Benavides is taking his sweet time out on the mound after the foul ball. Play will resume as Benavides will step over and throw to first base. With an 0-2 count and 1 out in the inning. As Benavides could really use a ground out double play ball here as the ball is in the dirt and smothered by Carroll, the catcher. Using that chest protector like Velcro, keeping that ball in front of him. It's going to be a 1-2 count now with 1 out and runner at first base after an error by the second baseman, Jordan Barkas. And that's going to be strike 3 called as another very weak strikeout call by the home plate umpire here in the 4th inning. 1 for the Gray Wolves and 1 for the Apple Sox as Benavides gets a strikeout. The 4th one of the game for Benavides as the Gray Wolves trail 3-2. And leadoff batter Shane Martinez will step into the batter's box for his 3rd at-bat here in the game. Leading off the game with a home run in the bottom of the 1st. Benavides' fastball outside for ball number 1. Gray Wolves needing something here in the 5th inning after this inning as the ball is in the dirt for the 2nd ball of the bat. Both the batter and Benavides, the pitcher, taking their time here as the home plate umpire brushes off the plate. Didn't look very dirty, so maybe the home plate umpire just stalling time here, thinking, I got a date way later. I don't want to be home too early. As the 2-0 pitch from Benavides comes home and is skied right at Rodriguez, who makes a catch, so that's going to be in out. So see ya, Shane Martinez, as he'll go back to the dugout here after that line out to the first baseman, Ryan Rodriguez. As the Gray Wolves still trail 3-2 as we're heading to the 5th inning here in Wenatchee. You're listening to Gresham Gray Wolves Baseball on Gray Wolves Live.
Bum ba da dum da da dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly.
You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum ba dum bum bum bum.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
To pick up your free K card at the guest services window, and Apple Sox pitcher strikes out an opposing batter.
Dylan Doherty will step into the batter's box for the Gray Wolves.
Our K card sponsors are Weinstein Wholesale Solutions, Staples, and Country 104.7.
Here in the 5th inning, as the Gray Wolves trail 3-2 to the Apple Sox.
Gray Wolves, the shortstop.
After Benavides got out of the 4th again. And the first pitch to Doherty at Cal Poly is a strike. The 0-1 pitch is way outside. What were you thinking, Blattner? As that one got away from the catcher, Hastings. And the 1-1 pitch is low. It's going to make it 2-1. That one was shin high to Dylan Doherty, the left-handed batter, playing shortstop tonight for the Grey Wolves. The 2-1 pitch is a called strike outer part of the plate for strike number 2. The 2-2 pitch is outside for ball number 3, and Dylan Doherty looking to get on base for the 3rd time tonight here in the 5th, as he reached on a single in the 1st and got hit by a pitch in the 2nd, as he's going to ground one towards the hole down the first baseline, and he's going to be safe as the first baseman didn't touch the bag. So you got to look where you're going there, first baseman, as he was backpedaling towards the bag and then realized he wasn't even close to the bag. Stepped on the bag and was way too late, as the speedy shortstop Dylan Doherty got to first base on the single there down the right side. That'll bring up Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. at Cal Berkeley, the designated hitter for the Grey Wolves tonight. He was 0 for 1 tonight, grounding into a double play in the 2nd with the bases loaded. And the throw over from Blattner, one of many throws over to first base from Blattner tonight. As the game has died down and people are starting to have conversations in bleachers, as the first pitch to Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. is high and outside for ball number 1. Paying more attention to the person next to them than what's going on in the field, as all 5 runs were scored in the 1st. All on extra base hits and a single. As the 1-0 pitch is upstairs for ball number 2, making it 2-0. With Dylan Doherty down at first base. And a Cal Poly showing up later in the season, as Mitchell Jr. steps into the batter's box again. Will show bunt and pull it back as the 2-0 pitch is a called strike. Mitchell Jr. hitting .344 for the season with 14 walks and 5 extra base hits. The 2-1 pitch is swung on and fouled into the netting. The umpire moving very slowly behind the plate, not calling foul very loudly. As Mitchell Jr. will step back into the batter's box as the ball has been put back into play by the home plate umpire. Umpires wearing all black tonight with gray slacks. As a 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed by Mitchell Jr. Gets a little bit of a piece of it, but it's into the catcher's glove, Hastings, for a strikeout.
No gimmicks, no annual service contracts, no limits. Why wait? Switch to the Uncarrier today. And now
that'll bring up Ryan Rodriguez,
baseman Ryan Rodriguez,
who makes the tan piece of lumber in his hands look like a little stick. He's a big guy, 6'4", 200 pounds, holding those neon batting gloves. As Dylan Doherty takes off, steals second base, and the throw is off target, and he gets a knee to the chin and the chest as he's unable to advance on the wild throw from the second base from the catcher. And Barkas will go out and talk with Doherty, as that's the 2nd time he's been knocked tonight, once by a pitch and once by the knee of the shortstop. And Barkas will go check out, see if he's okay out there, as he stayed down on the bag for a little bit after taking the shortstop Kreidler's knee to the upper part of the body.
Your favorite local retailer and enter to win. You could score some apple socks.
So it's a 1-0 count now and 2 stolen bases for the Grey Wolves here tonight.
To enter. Coors Light, celebrating summer sweepstakes. Always drink responsibly.
As Ryan Rodriguez is 1 for 2 tonight and stepping back into the batter's box with a 1-0 count. Blattner will look at second base for a long time and then look over for a second time, deliver home, and it's going to be a fastball in the outer third of the plate for strike number 1. Gray Wolves trailing 3-2, 1-1 count. As the 1-1 pitch is delivered, and it's going to be above the belt for ball number 2, making it 2-1. Ryan Rodriguez with 2 extra base hits, 16 hits total, hitting .239 with 5 stolen bases on the season. Collectively hitting .236 as a team. As Dylan Doherty gets a big lead at second base. And a check swing by Ryan Rodriguez makes it 3-1. And the appeal to the field umpire in position C behind the mound says he did not go, making it 3-1 now with a 3-1 count. 1 out as time is called, and Blattner steps off the rubber. Rodriguez steps out of the batter's box and then steps back in quickly, realizing Blattner didn't waste any time putting his back leg back on the rubber. Delivers home, and it's going to be low for ball number 4, so Ryan Rodriguez is going to take bases on balls as Blattner gives up another walk.
For the Gray Wolves.
And Ryan Rodriguez will take anything here as the Gray Wolves trail 3-2. But Blattner unable to control his pitches here as he's given up 3 walks and a hit by pitch here in the game. And the Gray Wolves have been able to steal 2 bases off of him as Ryan Smith steps into the batter's box with runners at first and second, looking to get some offense going here in the 5th. First pitch to Smith is a called strike, as Blattner has wasted no time getting ahead early to Smith here, throwing a first pitch strike in every single at bat to Ryan Smith. Oh, 1 count, 1 out. 3-2 game as it's chopped towards the left side. Double play ball, third base, second base to first base, but not in time as Ryan Smith legs it out to get to first base. So it's going to go down as a fielder's choice to get the runner at second base, Ryan Rodriguez, as Ryan Smith, the speedy center fielder, legs that one out and says, "Catch me if you can," getting into first base with that fielder's choice. That'll bring up Jack Johnson, who's 0 for 2 tonight. And the Gray Wolves have a runner in scoring position, so if Jack Johnson can single here or reach base via an error, anything but a walk would score Dylan Doherty at third base. As Jack Johnson swings at the first pitch he sees, chopped third base side, and muffed by the third baseman as Ryan Smith took off. So this Gray Wolves tie it up here as the ball was completely muffled up by the third baseman Martinez as he scores a run on a home run in the first and gives up a run there on the grounder as Jack Johnson reaches on the E5. So the ball game's all tied up here at 3. 2 outs, and Cardinale taking into the batter's box, and it's going to be a double steal. Jack Johnson doesn't take off on it. He's going to get run down in a pickle, and Ryan Smith's going to get stuck in home, and there's going to be a pickle in between third and home now as Ryan Smith tries the 360 tag and get into third base, but he's going to get tagged out as Ryan Smith is laying on top of the bag, and he got stuck about 2/3 of the way home as the second baseman had started running towards home, realizing that there was a runner going home after Ryan Rodriguez had stolen third base. But the Gray Wolves get 1 run, but could have scored another there as Jack Johnson didn't take off completely on the pitch. So the double steal backfires as Jack Johnson kind of muffles that one up there.
Celebrate living well with numeric.
And has a chat with the center fielder Ryan Smith behind the mound as Gabe Benavides comes out for the bottom of the 5th inning. Game is tied 3-3 here. We'll take a break here before the bottom half of this frame. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Osland Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves players. Registration is just $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Baseball here as Gabe Benavides comes out for the bottom of the 5th inning after the Grey Wolves score 1 in the 5th. And Benavides will face off against Ryan Kreidler here in the 5th inning. And the first pitch is going to be a ball. So the Grey Wolves unable to score more than 1 run in the 5th as Benavides delivers home and gets through the legs of Caro, but nothing hurt as nobody's on base. So it makes it 2-0 now. As Jack Johnson gets in a rundown after an attempted double steal. The second time we've seen a double steal here on this road trip. And Ryan Smith attempted to get home, getting 2/3 of the way home and then going back. Made a football spin move to try to get past the tag, but just got tagged by the third baseman Martinez as the 2-0 pitch is a called strike on the outer third of the plate for strike number 1. So the Grey Wolves get in 2 pickles there, but don't have the lettuce or the tomato to finish the hamburger to score a run. As a 2-1 pitch is inside for ball number 3, making it 3-1 now. And the score is 3-3 as the earned run was unearned as the ball is slapped right at Cardinale, but he doesn't make a play on it as the ball gets down in front of him, trying to take that one like a grounder on a short hop instead of continuing to run through the ball and making a catch at his shoelaces. That'll bring up Matt Rattano on the single. Rattano flying out to left and grounding out to shortstop in his last at-bats. As Benavides and Rattano both taking their time to get into their respective spots on the field. Rattano with his right foot in the batter's box and now gets all the way in. Benavides will step on the rubber. Look over at Kreidler, the shortstop at first base, and deliver home. Bunt is shown, but it's going to be a called strike with a curveball. So a good pitch there from Benavides as Benavides has been able to get ahead in the count early via off-speed pitches. As Benavides makes sure that Kreidler isn't going anywhere at first base, looking at him, quickly delivering home, and the bunt is popped up and stays foul as more of like a line drive bunt is shown there. As Rattano gets the signs from the third base coach, as does Kreidler, who's at first base after a leadoff single. So unless they're feeling special, the bunt might not be on here for the Apple Sox as Jack Johnson's on the grass here before the pitch. If they're feeling risky, they might put the bunt in motion to try to get a base runner at second base. But they will not do that as the ball is just outside, a slider that doesn't break enough, making it 1-2. So the Apple Sox not deciding to be interesting here and unorthodox with 2 out, 2 strike count, 0-2 count, no outs, 1-2 pitch delivered home. This is going to be low for ball number 2. As Benavides takes his time, takes his glove off, rubs the ball down a little bit, and will step back on the rubber with his left foot. Retano in the batter's box, the designated hitter, and he'll go to first base. Almost gets him at first as Kreidler broke towards second base, kind of got frozen up on the play as Benavides was unable to get Kreidler at first on the pickoff. A good move from the lefty as he'll get a sign from Carroll, the catcher, again, and go over to first base again. This time not as quickly, as he was kind of indecisive about where he wanted to go with that throw. Picked up his knee and then realized, I can't go home now because I've kind of paused on top. So I threw over to first base. Didn't want to get in a sticky situation. Delivers home on the 1-2 pitch, 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed, but first base is occupied, so Benavides gets a strikeout, and Retano's going to go back to the dugout and sit his white pants on the wooden bleachers and get some splinters there after the strikeout by Benavides. Michael Tolia will now step into the batter's box. He's 1 for 2 tonight with a triple and a strikeout. 5 strikeouts for Benavides through 4 1/3 inning. So aside from the 3-run first, he's dealing right now as he delivers home. And it's in the dirt. Caro slides over to keep that one from going through his 5-hole and keeping Kreidler at first base. Apple Sox batter taking their time after each pitch, lengthening this game up. And a quick throw over to first base. And that one's going to get out of play. So Kreidler's going to get third base as Benavides stepped off with his left instead of throwing over from the rubber. So because his toe was off the rubber, he's considered a position player now, and the ball that's thrown out of play is now awarded 2 bases instead of 1. So now the double play is not in order, so the infield's going to be all the way in here. The corners are in, the middle infield is in, as Michael Tolia looks at a 1-0 count after the error by Benavides. And it's going to be swung on and missed by Tolia.
Come on, make it pitch to you.
So it's going to be a 1-1 count now.
Hold the one. Get the bat on it. Bring him in.
As Benavides delivers home on the 1-1 pitch, it's going to be low, as the count is now 2-1. Benavides 3/4 slot action, standing at about 6'2", 6'3" feet tall. As the 2-1 pitch is low again for ball number 3. A 6'2" lefty out of Wilcox, Arizona. Walks around the mound, has a little bit of a lap to clear his head. As he comes set on the rubber, delivers a 3-1 pitch, swung on and missed, a slider. And that's going to make it 3-2 now with 1 out, and another strikeout for Benavides would be very beneficial here, as there's a base runner at third base and there's only 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The payoff pitch, delivered home, swung on, and laced over the third base bag out of play, up the berm, down the third baseline, as that one could have taking some heads off there, so watch out down there. There's no fence down the third baseline. It's just a line from the dugout, as the fence extends technically is the technical term for it. As the dugout extends with a white line where the out of play line is. The bullpens are in play here. As Benavides comes set and delivers the 3-2 payoff pitch again. This one's going to get slapped down the line, and it's going to stay fair as Curtis Perrin will retrieve that one out by the Pepsi sign in the foul ball pole. And Oli is rounding for third, and he's going to get in there as his helmet slides off on the throw. And Tolia is in with his second triple of the night, as that's very rare for baseball, let alone summer college baseball, as college guys play with aluminum bats in college, save for the kids that are playing JUCO ball, also known as community college baseball in the Northwest. And that makes the score 4-3 as Kreidler comes home on that triple. The second time he's scored on a Tolia triple. And the first pitch to Rathbone is a strike. Making the count 0-1 with 1 out now still, as the infield is still in, and that one's going to get hit into the netting. The 0-1 pitch lasered into the netting. Just a flash before the eyes. As both teams have scored a run here in the 5th inning. And the score is now 4-3 in favor of the Apple Sox. The 0-2 pitch is swung on and fouled off again. Same spot. As there now is movement in the bullpen for the Gray Wolves. And it looks like Kyle Scott might be working down there, down the first baseline for the Gray Wolves. A lefty, as the 0-2 pitch is chopped towards the shortstop, checked back to third, as a good play there by Dylan Doherty keeps the runner Tolia at third base to retire Jordan Rathbone at first base.
And now coming to bat for the Apple Sox, second baseman Evan Douglas.
The runner at third. That'll bring up Evan Douglas, the second baseman, who's 0 for 2 tonight, flying out to center and striking out in the third. Douglas hitting from the left side. Seeing the first pitch from lefty Benavides, and he's going to swing over the top of it. Completely fooled by that changeup, making it 0-1 now with 2 outs. And the Apple Sox leading 4-3 as the lights are now turning on. It was getting very dark here with no lights as the sun is setting here in the Pacific Northwest. The 0-1 pitch is low for ball number 1. Benavides taking his time to get back on the rubber. Getting a sign from Caro, the catcher out of Columbia University, not the country. And the 1-1 pitch is low for ball number 2. And we've got some spectator coaches to our left. As Benavides comes set, the 2-1 pitch is swung on, grounded towards the second baseman, Barkis, and he's going to make a throw over to Ryan Rodriguez to retire the side. And Gabe Benavides gets out of that inning with just 1 run on 2 hits. And the Gray Wolves will come back out for the top of the 6th inning, trailing 4-3 here on Gray Wolves Live.
Hey
kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Osland Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves players. Registration is just $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark.
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Make a difference for brothers and sisters.
Welcome back to Grey Wolves Live as Luke Matson comes out to the mound for the Apple Sox out of Nevada, Reno.
Family speaks Spanish. Spanish-speaking.
The reliever for the Apple Sox.
Tonight, check out the info booth just inside
Matson,
the stadium.
going to be a freshman at Nevada, Reno, out of Orange, California.
Online banking at Washington Trust is easy to use with powerful tools to manage your money.
Matson pitching 29 total innings with 6 starts, so his first relief appearance for the Apple Sox this season.
Join Wenatchee Valley Mall.
He's got a 6.2 ERA, so the Grey Wolves will want
from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Located next to the customer service
to jump
booth.
all over Matson here, trailing by a run, knowing that he has given up
reminding you that now's a great time to get those windows cleaned.
5 runs
voted the #1
in an appearance 3 total times, and he only has 1 total shutout appearance when he pitched on July 3rd against Kelowna, where he pitched 6 full innings, allowing no runs. The first pitch from Matson is a ball for Mark Cardinale, the left fielder. Excuse the PA, it's Mark Cardinale, left fielder wearing number 25 in the batter's box, and he sees a first pitch strike. The 0-1 pitch is chopped towards the left side. Third baseman Martinez making a throw over to first base, and that will retire Mark Cardinale for the inning.
And check that one, that was Mark Cardinale. And
now Curtis Perrin will step into the batter's box, as Mark Cardinale was in the batter's box when that double steal occurred in the last inning. But gets a new at-bat there and is unable to make it count. So 1 out to Curtis Perrin, and he's going to show bunt and pull it back, and it's going to be a called strike for strike number 1. Matson allowing 5 runs against Victoria on June 9th, 5 runs against Walla Walla on June 16th, as the 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed by Perrin, making it 0-2. Giving up 6 runs against Bend on June 23rd, 6 runs against Victoria again on June 28th, and 4 runs against Corvallis on July 7th, just 2 days ago. As the 0-2 pitch is a ball low and outside for ball number 1. 3 of the runs against Corvallis were earned. 5 against Victoria were earned, and 5 against Victoria were earned. 5 against Walla Walla, all of them earned. And only 2 of the 6 against Bend were earned. As the 1-2 pitch is a curveball that apparently clips the outer part of the plate up in the zone. And the catcher completely drops it, but makes a good throw over to first base to retire Curtis Perrin on the strikeout.
Jiffy Lube is giving away a free oil change if you have ticket number.
That'll bring up Matt Caro.
Row 2, seat 15. That's section B, row 2, seat 15.
Matt Caro behind the plate tonight, reaching base on a single in the second, and striking out in the fourth looking.
And now batting for the Grey Wolves, the catcher,
Matt Caro.
Matt Caro.
Going to prestigious East Coast school, Columbia University. As the first pitch he sees is fouled into the netting here behind home plate. Gray Wolves have 6 hits so far. Wenatchee has 7. As the Apple Sox lead the Gray Wolves 4-3. As the 0-1 pitch is fouled off again by Matt Carroll. And he will jog a lap around the home plate circle. And then go back to his side of the batter's box, the right-handed batter's box, with his blue shin guard, and step back in with a slightly open stance and see the 0-2 pitch from Matson after getting his sign from the catcher, Hastings. He'll deliver home the 0-2 pitch as a curveball swung on, and it's going to be scooped up by Matson, and it's going to be in time to retire Matt Caro, who in frustration takes his hat off and flips up in the air a couple times. As we will head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Gray Wolves still trailing 4-3 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. You're listening to Gresham Gray Wolves Baseball on Gray Wolves Live.
Bum, ba-da-dum, da-da-dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Austin Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves players. Registration is just $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGrayWolves.com. See you at the ballpark!
Welcome back as Chris Brown, yes, Chris Brown, not the rapper, but the pitcher, left-handed pitcher out of UC Davis, will take the mound here in relief for Gabe Benavides.
Back for the Apple Sox, left fielder Otis Statham.
Otis Statham will step into the batter's box for the Apple Sox. Otis is 0 for 2 tonight. Fun fact, one of the volleyball players has a hedgehog named Otis, and he got in trouble for it this year down at Grand Canyon University, the school that I attend, as the first pitch from Chris Brown is a strike. Chris Brown coming set on the mound out of the windup. The lefty delivers and smoked into left field, and Cardinale makes a sliding play. A little awkward slide, but makes the catch out in left field as Cardinale retires Otis Statham here.
Back for the Apple Sox, the catcher Hayden Hastings.
So Otis Statham will go back to sleep in the dugout after Chris Brown retires him on a flyout to left field. Chris Brown delivers, and it's a fantastic slider that gets over the top of the plate for strike number 1. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed by Hayden Hastings, the catcher, making it 0-2 with 1 out now. Oh, 2 pitches chopped towards the first base side. Ryan Rodriguez gets it and flips it over to the first base where Chris Brown was, and he catches it and steps on the bag just in time. And says, "Look at me now, I can do that too," and sends Hastings back to the dugout. That'll bring up Sheldon Leakola, who will show bunt and pull it back as it's going to be a ball. As Chris Brown needed a little bit more there to get that one over the plate. Chris Brown's 0-1 pitches, 1-0 pitch is fouled into the netting. Chris Brown out of UC Davis. He's made 4 total appearances. He's 0 for 2 technically. All of his appearances, 3 of his 4 appearances have been starts. As the 1-1 pitch is slung in there for another strike, so it's going to be 1-2 now. And Chris Brown is hoping to say goodbye to Sheldon Leakola here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Leakola does not offer at the 1-2 pitch. And makes it 2-2 now with 2 outs. As the 2-2 pitch is swung on and chopped into the dugout over down the third baseline where the Gray Wolves sit. Gray Wolves will play 3 games here in Wenatchee before going home back to Osland Field to play at home for a series. As the 2-2 pitch is low for ball number 3, making it a full count. Chris Brown, the lefty, coming set and delivering, swung on and missed, and he says, "Hey-o, see you later, say goodbye." As Chris Brown sets down the side in order, 1, 2, 3, and puts up a 0 on the board. As the Gray Wolves will come back out to face it off against Matson here in the top of the 7th inning. You're listening to Gresham Gray Wolves Baseball here on Gray Wolves Live.
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Gray Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Bum ba da dum da da dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama.
Second baseman Jordan Barkett.
Jordan Barkis will step into the batter's box, the left-handed batter's box for the Gray Wolves here in the top of the 7th inning here, as the Gray Wolves trail 3-4, and the first pitch is swung on and missed by Barkis, who's 1 for 2 tonight, singling and lining out to the third baseman. The 0-1 pitch from Matson is fouled off again. And it's going to be 0-2 quickly to manager's younger brother, Jordan Barkus. Oh-2 count, no outs as Jordan Barkus leads off the inning for Justin Barkus' Grey Wolf team, and he's going to swing and miss at the 0-2 pitch.
Way to go, Apple
And
Sox. That's 5
that'll be the
strikeouts
first
tonight.
out for the
To
Grey Wolves
celebrate,
here in the
Washington
7th inning,
Lottery's giving lucky fans
sending Dylan
socks.
Doherty to
So cheer
the box.
out, and the crew may just toss some your way. Socks for
And
Apple
another
Sox
lefty
fans. Imagine that.
batter against a lefty pitcher, as a giveaway is
And
going
now
on
batting
right
for
now on the
Grey
field.
Wolves, the shortstop, Dylan Doherty.
Dylan Doherty coming into the batter's box from Cal Poly as Matson comes, delivers, puts the glove over his head and delivers home, and that one's fouled off over the top of the concession stand down the third baseline, making the count 0-1. So 0-1, swung on curveball, and that one's going to be fouled back off the ground into the netting. Dylan Doherty is 2 for 2 tonight, technically, in 3 plate appearances, as he was hit by a pitch in the second and he singled twice. As the 0-2 pitch is checked, and they say he went. He's a left-handed batter, but they checked down the first baseline, and the first base umpire said he went. So that's 2 strikeouts in a row, both swinging for Matson, and his 3rd strikeout so far through 1 2/3 innings pitched.
And now batting for the Grey Wolves.
That brings up Jeffrey Mitchell Jr., the designated hitter out of Cal, resident of Oakland, California. A soft-spoken Cal Berkeley baseball player. But you can get him talking if you talk about in and out, as he can't stop talking about it, as the 1-0 pitch is upstairs for ball number 2. Had lunch with him at McDonald's 2 days ago, and he said that he goes to the in and out in Berkeley, California, just outside campus, that Draymond Green and Steph Curry go to after their basketball games. The 2-0 pitch is swung on and missed by Mitchell Jr., making it 2-1 now. He was very upset that he didn't get to see his favorite players in the NBA, as he is a Golden State Warriors fan. The 2-1 pitch is upstairs for ball number 3, making it 3-1. And Mitchell Jr. is elated that Kevin Durant signed in free agency with the Warriors, making them most likely the next NBA champions unless something goes awry. 4 or 5 odds, as the last I checked, as the 3-0-1 pitch is upstairs for ball number 4. And Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. will take first base on balls, his first time on base tonight after sacrificing in the first, grounding into a double play and striking out so far this game. Ryan Rodriguez will step into the batter's box now,
proud to be the
waving
official soft drink of the Apple Sox. Pepsi, live for now.
the little bat in his
Now
hands.
batting for
As
the Grey
the
Wolves,
6'4"
Ryan
first
Rodriguez.
baseman makes that piece of lumber look like a little twig in his hands. Kind of like Bo Jackson. First pitch from Matson is upstairs, and Hastings will call time and go over and have a little chat with Matson, the pitcher,
700 acres of water
on the mound.
fun. Your
So after Gabe Benavides' day was done and all the dust is settled, the UFO has left the building and the air is no longer hazy. He pitched 5 full innings, allowed 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, walked nobody and struck out 5, facing 24 batters. As time is put back in play, and Ryan Rodriguez will swing at the 1-0 pitch and foul it into the netting just near the Grey Wolves dugout. So it's 1-1 now to Ryan Rodriguez. Ryan Rodriguez out of Dixie State from Folsom, California. He will be a senior at Dixie State College, as he now sees a 1-1 pitch from Matson. Delivers home in the dirt, and Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. doesn't go anywhere on the pitch. Matson going to be a freshman at Nevada Reno, UNR. As Rodriguez steps back into the batter's box with a 2-1 count, and Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. bluffing at first base on the steal. Bunt is shown by Rodriguez with 2 outs, but pulls it back as the ball is outside and up in the zone for ball number 3, making it 3-1. And the Gray Wolves trail 4-3 after both teams put up a run in the 5th. Matson coming set, looking back at Rodriguez and Mitchell Jr. a couple times, and that's going to be a 5-pitch walk for Rodriguez and put a runner with speed at second base in scoring position.
Well, folks,
so 2 straight walks from Matson.
Make our final giveaway for Sunny FM
bring up
tonight. This is the big
Brian
prize,
Smith, but there's going to be a mound visit. Nobody's moving in the Apple Sox bullpen.
And if you are ticket number
as Ryan Smith will readjust his gloves a couple times.
Section A, row 2, seat 16.
And wait for this mound visit to end, as it's taken a little bit of time. There's no 25-second clock like there is in Major League Baseball. It would be very nice if there was, because this mound visit has already gone about 30 to 40 seconds. Started talking about it after it had already happened, and the home plate umpire is even going to go break it up, as the coach will go back to the dugout after the mound visit.
And now batting for the Gray Wolves, center fielder Ryan Smith.
So Ryan Smith, the center fielder, will step into the batter's box after the short delay due to the mound visit. And look at a runner, Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. at second base, and Ryan Rodriguez at first. Runner in scoring position for the Gray Wolves, as the first pitch is outside for ball number 1 to Ryan Smith. Last time the Gray Wolves had a runner in scoring position was in the 5th inning. Doherty ended up scoring in the inning, and Ryan Smith got to third base after stealing third. Didn't score after he got caught stealing from third to home, technically. The 1-0 pitch is a called strike on the outer part of the plate for strike number 1. Matson will come set. Look back at Mitchell Jr. at second base, and the 1-1 pitch is going to get fouled out of play into the tennis courts behind us on this makeshift press box. It's not even a box. On top of a little platform off to the side of the press box. So if it starts raining here, and all of a sudden I start squealing like a pig, which I wouldn't do, I've got a nice jacket on right now, but it would start raining, I would have to cut the broadcast to cover the equipment because the equipment might fry. As the 1-2 pitch is slapped in the hole. It's going to get through, and Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. Speedy is going to wave around third base and get down, standing up into third. Oh, no, and Ryan Rodriguez muffs it at third base and gets completely caught standing 8 feet off the bag. The throw from the cutoff man to third base gets Rodriguez at third base, and Ryan Rodriguez is out on the single by Ryan Smith. But the Gray Wolves score a run after Ryan Smith's poor base running on the base paths. Get the Apple Sox and Matson out of a big jam there. So Rodriguez bails out.
And sing along.
The Apple Sox there is. We will head to the 7th inning stretch, and they will sing. I'll let you listen in as we'll take a break here in Wenatchee. Gray Wolves and Apple Sox tied 4-4.
Three strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Da-da-dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum ba dum bum bum bum.
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday.
Chris Brown will step back onto the rubber for the Grey Wolves here and face off against leadoff batter Shane Martinez here in the 7th inning, as Chris Brown will look to put up a 0 on the board for the second straight inning after putting up a 0 in the last inning. First pitch from Brown is low in the zone for ball number 1 as Martinez rests the bat on his right shoulder. High elbow, swings at the second pitch he sees and skies it into shallow right center field. Smith gets underneath it and records the out and says it's not greener on the other side.
And now batting for the Apple Sox, the shortstop, Ryan Kreidler.
And send Martinez back to the dugout. That'll bring up Ryan Kreidler. As Chris Brown, not the rapper Chris Brown, not from Virginia. Chris Brown is from Pleasant Hill, California, as the first pitch he throws to Kreidler is a ball low for number 1. The 1-0 pitch from Chris Brown is an off-speed slider with some great movement on it that gets all the plate for strike number 1. 1-1 now with 1 out. As the only difference on the scoreboard, only 2 differences are how many errors there are and when the Grey Wolves scored their tying run. As the 1-1 pitch is low for ball number 2. Grey Wolves scored 2 in the first. Apple Sox scored 3. Both teams scored 1 in the 5th. And the Grey Wolves have scored 1 here in the 7th. As the 2-1 pitch is low again for ball number 3, making it 3-1 now. Chris Brown says, that's fine by me. I'm going to throw a strike here. And looks to get deuces on the board. And he does throw a strike. Swung on and missed by Kreidler.
Come on, he's got to bring it to you.
As there was no air underneath that ball after it did not hit the bat. Payoff pitch swung on, and this one's going to get out of play and land just inside the ballpark as a fan will retrieve the ball. And they have a promotion here where if you return a game ball, you get a candy bar. As the 3-2 pitch now will come after the umpire puts the ball in play. Swung on and skied into right field again, and Curtis Perrin will get underneath it and make the catch for out number 2 here after 2 flyouts.
And now
Chris Brown is through 2 outs here
hitter, Matt Rattano.
in the inning. 3 flyouts, a strikeout, and a ground out so far through an inning and 2/3 work. And he'll face off against Matt Rattano, the designated hitter tonight. The Grey Wolves have no submarine pitchers. The closest thing they have is David Wallum, who's 6'7", kind of sidearm, as Chris Brown delivers a first pitch strike to Rattano with a little bit of a 3/4 slot action, as the elbow was a little bit 90 degrees there, but not full sidearm, as he gets really low and the 0-1 pitches a ball outside for ball number 1. The 1-1 pitch to Rattano, delivered, swung on, and slapped into right field. Curtis Perrin running after it, but he's not going to get there, but it's going to fall in foul territory for the second strike of the at-bat, making it 1-2. And Chris Brown looking to get out of this one with another 3-up, 3-down relief inning here in Wenatchee, as the sun has just about completely set. You wouldn't want to play baseball without the lights on here, as it's gotten pretty dusky here. As the 1-2 pitch is swung on and lifted into right field again. Curtis Perrin running after it, and he's going to camp underneath it and make the catch, as Rattano continues to sprint around the bases, as that was a little confusing, but good effort there by Rattano, but Curtis Perrin's effort was a little bit better, as was Chris Brown's. As Chris Brown says, anything you can do, I can do better, to is what actually Eli Thornquist, as
is good for a 15% discount.
I have terrible eyesight, and a 5 and a 6 from where I'm sitting with no glasses on looks like the same thing. So it's Eli Thornquist out on the mound. And I should have known that because Luke Matson's a righty and Eli Thornquist is a lefty.
At the Deepwater Amphitheater.
So Eli Thornquist threw 2, coming out for his 3rd inning of relief here in the top of the 8th inning. The game is tied.
General admission 0-6-0.
And the Grey Wolves look to tack on a run here to try to extend their win streak to 4 games. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Tonight is sunny.
Turn a double play with the Gresham Grey Wolves this season by becoming a marketing partner. If you or someone you know would like more information on how to become a marketing partner of the Gresham Grey Wolves during their inaugural season, contact Derek Hargett at 503-890-8827 for more information. Again, that number is 503-890-8827. Your partnership with the Gresham Grey Wolves will be a howlin' time.
To know about every type of battery.
Jack Johnson up to bat for the Grey Wolves here, as Eli Thornquist completes his warm-up pitches.
Valley Bank. Member FDIC.
Jack Johnson 0 for 2 tonight, reaching on an error, 0 for 3
batting for the Grey Wolves,
out of Seattle, Washington, finishing up his freshman year, as he laces the first pitch he sees in the hole between the third baseman and the shortstop, who don't even move, as they are frozen cold there in their wakes, not able to move on the pitch. Bringing up Mark Cardinale, looking to get his first hit of the evening, after Jack Johnson leads off the 8th with a single.
Communities Connecting Lives. For more information on Link Transit, visit www.linktransit.com.
Cardinale is 0 for 3, popping up in the infield twice and grounding out to the third baseman. Bunt is shown by Cardinale. He's going to bunt it down. It gets down, first base side, and Thornquist will make a throw over to first base to retire Cardinale after his sacrifice, who is still 0 for 3 tonight, as Jack Johnson moves over to second base on the sacrifice. And there will be a pinch hitter here,
Make sure that promise is kept.
I assume, as Barkis is coming down to talk with the home plate umpire, and they are bringing out the lineup card. And sure enough, it is going to be a pinch hitter, and it's going to be Drew Curtis for Matt Caro. For Curtis Perrin, excuse me, not Matt Caro. Drew Curtis will swing for Curtis Perrin.
And now coming to bat
for Curtis, first name for last name.
Drew Curtis.
As Drew Curtis rejoins the team after not making the trip to Kelowna, as he slept through his alarm clock and missed the 5 a.m. bus to Kelowna, Canada, as the Grey Wolves traveled up from Gresham, Oregon to Kelowna on what ended up being a 13-hour bus ride after a 3-hour delay at the border. The first pitch Drew Kerr sees, he swings that and fouls it into the bullpen down the first baseline. So he'll have an 0-1 count with 1 out and Jack Johnson down at second base. Drew Curtis hitting a home run in the non-league game against Thurston County as Jack Johnson gets a secondary, and the 0-1 pitch is called strike on the outer part of the plate. Drew Curtis hitting 155 in 19 games played. With 9 total hits. As he laces the 0-2 pitch foul down the first baseline. And it's going to bounce all the way into the bullpen of the Grey Wolves again. So 2 foul balls down the first baseline. Curtis just behind these 2 pitches. As he's seen 3 total strikes, fouled off 2 of them, and looked at 1 of them at Southern Illinois University. The Carbondale campus. Teammates with center fielder Ryan Smith for Southern Illinois. Time will be called for the 3rd time by a batter in tonight's game, as just about every single pitcher except for Chris Brown has been taking their time out on the mound. Chris Brown not wanting for this game to go for forever, as the 0-2 pitch is upstairs for ball number 1. Drew Curtis with 2 extra base hits, both of them doubles, 7 RBIs for his name. Two walks, including a hit by pitch, as the 1-2 pitch is a ball up in the zone, and the throw down from Hastings to Kreidler is not in time to get Jack Johnson on a back pick at second base, as the throw from Thornquist was upstairs for ball 2. So it's a 2-2 count now with 1 out, as Thornquist will deliver home, and it's going to be low and outside for ball number 3, filling the count at 3-2. So Drew Curtis looking to get and earn his 2nd walk of his season here for the Gresham Grey Wolves, as the full count payoff pitch is upstairs at the neck. Over the plate, though, for ball number 4. And the Grey Wolves will put runners on 1st and 2nd again here,
And now coming to bat
after a
for the
pinch
Grey
hit
Wolves,
walk.
catcher Matt Caro.
And that'll bring up Matt Caro with runners at 1st and 2nd, and the catcher will go and chat with Thornquist. That's Hastings coming back to the plate from the mound. In the gear, he wears a catcher's mask, similar to a hockey mask, as Caro and Ben Klenke for the Grey Wolves wear more umpire-style masks. But Hastings prefers a hockey goalie mask behind the plate. Just a little bit extra protection there. Plastic all the way wrapping around the ears, as the first pitch from Thornquist is upstairs. Thornquist pitching against Grand Canyon University and Gabe Benavides in the spring. Both Thornquist and Blaitner on the Gonzaga baseball team that traveled down to Phoenix, Arizona to pitch in the spring. 1-0 count with 1 out, runners at 1st and 2nd. The Grey Wolves looking to score another runner from second base, as another runner is in scoring position for the Grey Wolves. Jack Johnson with speed at second base. A single into the outfield, except for a ball right at a corner outfielder would most likely score Johnson from second. As Caro's looking just to get anything on the ball. He does have a single in the game in the 2nd inning. He reached base with a 1 out. As the 2-0 pitch is upstairs for ball number 3 at the letters, making it 3-0. And the stoplight should be on here for Caro with 3-0 and a strikeout in the game. A single and a strikeout to his name so far. 1 for 3. And Stormkiss will deliver home. 3-0 count, and it's going to be low for ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk loads the bases. And the Grey Wolves are in business here, as the Grey Wolves will look to score a run here. And Michael Breen will pinch hit for Jordan Barkus and most likely go in and play at second base as well. Breen hits .211. He has 10 RBIs, his second most on the team. And there will be a pitching change. So we'll come back here after a short break, let you know who it is, and go over their stats. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball, tied 4-4 here in Wenatchee on Grey Wolves Live.
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Bum ba-da-dum, da-da-dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum ba dum bum bum bum.
Michael Breen will pinch hit for Jordan Barkus here in the 8th inning. 1 out, bases loaded for the Grey Wolves, and they're threatening here, trying to extend this win streak from 3 games to 4 here in Wenatchee on this 6-game road trip. First pitch to Breen is upstairs and outside for ball number 1.
Well, let your fielders work, huh?
And the 1-0 pitch is skied into the adjacent facilities, basketball courts and the tennis courts. As Michael Breen out of San Jose State looks at a 1-1 count, and the bases are loaded with 1 out in the inning. And the 1-1 pitch is at the letters for ball number 2, making it 2-1 now. We're all tied at 4, as the Grey Wolves tacked on a run in the 7th, and the 2-1 pitch is upstairs, making it 3-1 with 1 out. And the Grey Wolves really threatening here, as a walk would score a base runner here as the bases are loaded. Jack Johnson's at 3rd, Drew Curtis is at 2nd, and Matt Carroll's at first base. 3-1 pitch swung on and popped up in the middle of the infield, and that's going to be an infield fly, so an automatic out, as There are now 2 outs with the bases loaded. The catcher, Hastings, slaps his glove with his hand in jubilation there that
And now coming to bat for the Gray Wolves,
Tyler Birch,
the shortstop,
who is the
Doherty.
new pitcher out of Lewis and Clark State, gets out of that one.
Come on, Tyler, go after him.
Tyler Birch now pitching to Dylan Doherty, and he slaps that one over the top of the press box for an 0-1 count to the leadoff batter as the top of the order is up for the Gray Wolves here in the 8th. As the 0-1 pitch from Birch to Doherty is low for ball number 1. The 1-1 pitch from Birch is inside, gets away from the catcher, and Jack Johnson's going to get up to score as Doherty was waving him home. Emphatically gives Jack Johnson a high five, and the Gray Wolves take it a lead 5-4 here in the top of the 8th inning on that wild pitch. So the Gray Wolves still with runners in scoring position as Dylan Doherty now looks at a 2-1 count after that wild pitch from Birch. And the Gray Wolves now lead 5-4, their second lead of the game.
Come on, Tyler.
They took 2 runs in the first, and that got the lead, but they haven't led since. And this 2-1 pitch is muffed by the first baseman, and the throw to the pitcher at first base is not in time. It's going to be an error on the first baseman. And Drew Curtis is going to come in to score, and the fans are not happy about that one. As 2 runs have scored here on essentially 2 errors because the wild pitch is an error, but it doesn't go on the scoreboard as an error, as Drew Curtis comes around to score on the error. The first pitch to Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. out of Cal Berkeley is a strike on the outer part of the plate from Tyler Birch. And the catcher, Hastings, will go over first and third signs as there's now runners at first and third. Caro is at third, the catcher for the Gray Wolves. And Dylan Doherty is at first base, and he's already stolen a base tonight in the 5th inning. He came around to score because of that stolen base. As Dylan Doherty will look to see if he can swipe another bag as the 0-1 pitch is low for ball number 1. So it's going to be 1-1. Gray Wolves leading 6-4 now. They've opened up a 2-run lead. As the 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed by Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. And he kind of hops and gallops out of the batter's box there in frustration that he didn't get that piece of that one. As Hastings will go over first and third signs again here with a 1-2 count. Most likely not throwing down to second base on the pitch. So Dylan Doherty could steal second here if he's risky. 2-run lead that doesn't go, and it's going to be fouled into the glove of the catcher. And Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. is not happy about that one. But the Gray Wolves score 2 runs
The Alley Cafe, the
on
concession area,
1 hit and 1 error,
is the opening of their
and leave 2 base runners on as the Gray Wolves take a 6-4 lead. Heading to the bottom of the 8th inning and
pizza, salad, pastries,
looking for the 4th win in a row here in the second half of the season. And you're listening to Gresham Gray Wolves Baseball. Gray Wolves lead 6-4 here on Gray Wolves Live.
Bum-ba-da-dum, da-da-dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
So Chris Brown will come back out for the bottom of the 8th inning here, and looking for a little more as the Grey Wolves lead 6-4. Michael Breen will stay in at second base for Jordan Barkus, and Drew Kurz will stay in right field for Curtis Perrin here as the Grey Wolves cling to a 6-4 lead, but nothing is safe here, as we saw in the first inning after the Apple Sox put up a 3 spot after the Grey Wolves 2 spot in the first. The first pitch from Chris Brown is a strike. He is pitching to Michael Tolia with an 0-1 count and a breaking ball that doesn't break enough to clip the outer part of the plate. Lefty on righty matchup, 1-1 count to the first baseman, who has 2 triples tonight, as the 1-1 pitch is outside for ball number 2. So it's 2-1 from the UC Davis man to Tolia, and that's going to be a strike for making it 2-2 now on that 2-1 pitch. Tolia going to be a freshman at UCLA. UCLA had a down year this year in the Pac-12. Picked to finish second and ended up finishing 10th in the Pac-12 of 11 teams. 2-2 pitches looked at, and it's going to be strike 3. So Yahtzee, 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 as Chris Brown sets down the first batter of the inning with a strikeout looking.
Out of the park. Visit America,
and that's his second strikeout of the game for Chris Brown.
Life moves, live well. And now batting for the Apple Sox, right fielder Jordan Rathbone.
That'll bring up Jordan Rathbone, the right fielder for the Apple Sox here in the 8th inning, as the first pitch to Rathbone is a called strike, clipping the black out on the outer part of the plate. Chris Brown looking for a new flame here, as the 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed by Rathbone, and that's going to be 0-2, as Chris Brown is pitching well here in the 8th. Chris Brown is facing his 8th batter, as the 0-2 pitch is a slider that doesn't break enough to get the outer part of the plate. He gets a good whip around it with his sidearm-ish action, as the 1-2 pitch is outside again for ball number 2. Chris Brown stands at 5'10", 170 pounds, so he really needs all of that arm action that he can get to get the ball over the plate. And the 2-2 pitch is slapped foul. That'll get out of play past the third base bag. It's still a 2-2 count with 1 out here in the 8th. Grey Wolves leading 6-4, as the fans are trying to will the Apple Sox to get on base, as the 0-2 pitch is fouled off the chest protector of Caro, and the umpire makes an errant throw out to the pitcher and motions to Caro that I thought I threw it because it hit your hand and you wanted to shake it off, but that got Caro in the chest protector or the knee guard rather than the hand. As some giggles come around the ballpark after the errant throw by the umpire. I've done that before, as the 2-2 pitch is low, making it full. I have overthrown many youth baseball players as an umpire, throwing over the top of them. Everybody kind of giggles because 21-year-old should be able to throw the ball 50 feet to the 5th grade pitcher, but that chest protector gets in the way sometimes. The 3-2 pitch is lined into the netting down the first baseline, and the umpire will get new baseballs from the bat boy, and it'll be 3-2, and the umpire this time will underhand softball toss it to Chris Brown, and Chris Brown will ask for a new baseball this time, and the umpire will throw it over the top this time out to Chris Brown. So And another ball is going to get thrown over. Second ball is going to get thrown over from the Grey Wolves dugout over to the Apple Sox dugout, as that's where all the foul balls and baseballs go. And the 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed upstairs. Strike number 3.
Look for the court.
And Chris Brown has struck out 2 here in the 8th.
Your favorite local retailer.
And 3 total.
You could score some Apple Sox
through
MVP cards and other great prizes. Must be 21 to enter.
2 2/3 innings.
Sweepstakes. Always drink responsibly.
2 swinging and 1 looking for Chris Brown,
batting for the Apple Sox,
which will bring up number 3, the first baseman, Evan Douglas. And Chris Brown will look to put another 0 on the board here in the 8th, as the first pitch is a bit upstairs. Letter high, making it 1-0. Douglas is 0 for 3 tonight with a strikeout. That came against Benavides as the 1-0 pitch is a called strike on the outer part of the plate. Lefty on righty matchup. As Chris Brown will come set out of the windup, deliver, and that slider doesn't break, as the breaking ball almost got Evan Douglas in the right shoulder, but turning away from it was Douglas. The 2-1 pitch, 2 outs, swung on and missed this time. Another slider, this time over the heart of the plate, and it makes it 2-2. And the Grey Wolves need 1 more strike to go to the 9th, leading 6-4. After a 9-hour bus drive from Kelowna, the 2-2 pitch is way outside the fastball that Caro catches with his chest more than his glove. Kind of like those Velcro Nerf gun darts that kind of stick to Velcro. The ball kind of stuck to Caro's chest protector there like a Velcro ball, as the full count pitch, payoff pitch, is fouled out of play over the stands here down the left baseline. The third baseline, the first baseline. First base 325 to the pole. Third base 335 to the pole, and 406 to dead center. As it is completely dark here, except for the lights, as the 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed and caught by Caro. That's going to be 3 strikeouts for Chris Brown here in the 8th. 1, 2, 3, strike, strike, strike. As Chris Brown retires aside on strikes. And the Grey Wolves will come out for the 9th, looking to add some more runs. As Birch comes back out for the 9th inning. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball. Grey Wolves lead 6-4 here on Grey Wolves Live.
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Ryan Rodriguez, the first baseman for the Grey Wolves, will step into the batter's box here in the 9th inning, facing off against Tyler Birch. As the first pitch from Birch is a called strike on the outer part of the plate, a fastball. As the Harbor Cats of Victoria beat Bend Elks 3-1 in Victoria, as the 0-1 pitch is outside for ball number 1. Cowlitz beat Kelowna in Longview, Washington, 4-2. The Corvallis Knights beat the Yakima Valley Pippins 5-3, as the 1-1 pitch is a curveball downstairs for ball number 2. And the Bellingham Bells beat the Kitsap Blue Jackets in Bellingham 8-3. And we're the only game still playing here in the top of the 9th inning, as a 2-1 pitch is fouled into the netting, making it 2-2 now. Grey Wolves lead 6-4 here in the top of the 9th inning. As the Grey Wolves look to extend their 3-game winning streak to 4 games after sweeping Kelowna. And the chopper right side is going to get past the diving effort of Evan Douglas, and Ryan Rodriguez is going to get in with his second single of the night, and he's going to be 2 for 3 with 2 walks. So a great performance by Ryan Rodriguez tonight, the first baseman, who also scored in the first inning. That'll bring up Ryan Smith, the center fielder, here with no outs in the inning and a runner at first base. And the Grey Wolves trying to tack on some runs here in the top of the 9th inning, just like last night when they scored in the 9th. First pitch to Smith is inside for ball number 1. Ryan Smith has 2 singles tonight. He's 2 for 2 because he has a fielder's choice and a walk to his name. Excuse me, 2 for 3. As the 1-0 pitch is a ball again inside, making it 2-0. Tyler Birch will deliver the 2-0 pitch. It's a check swing. Swinging bunt, and Tyler Birch doesn't get it, and the ball's going to get in the dugout, and everybody's going to get a bag as Ryan Rodriguez will go into third base, and Ryan Smith will go into second. So Ryan and Ryan are on second and third, and there's no outs after the error by the first baseman.
And now coming to bat for the Grey Wolves.
That'll bring up Jack Johnson, who singled in his last at-bat, who's 1 for 4 tonight, looking for another hit here, as that does go down as an E3. An error on the first baseman, as the infield's way in here on Jack Johnson. The first pitch he sees is letter high at the pectoral muscles, making it 1-0. 1-0 pitch from Tyler Birch, as the 1-0 pitch is low, making it 2-0 now. And no movement in the Grey Wolves bullpen, as Chris Brown most likely coming back out. As the 2-0 pitch is swung on and missed way outside, as Jack Johnson had to swing and fan at that one. Two-1, no outs, runners at second and third. As the 2-1 pitch is fouled out over the pine trees here and into the tennis courts, parallel to the fields here on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College. 2-2 now to the Washington Husky, as the 2-2 pitch is outside, making it a full count. And a walk wouldn't hurt Tyler Birch here. It would put the double play in order, but the Grey Wolves would have the bases loaded with Mark Cardinale coming up. And we know Mark Cardinale has power because he almost took 1 yard in Kelowna as the 2-2 pitch is fouled into the netting. He hit it 326 feet, and it hit the top of the wall down the line in Kelowna, the third baseline. So technically 326 is the base of the wall. So he hit it farther than 326 as it hit just 5 to 6 inches below the top of the wall and couldn't clear it, but he got on base with a double as the full count pitch is fouled off again. So another foul ball by Jack Johnson makes 3 foul balls here in the at-bat, and it's still a full count. As a fan here says, "Come on, Jack," as Jack Johnson works a walk here and loads the bases for Mark Cardinale. Mark Cardinale, who's 0 for 4 tonight.
And now coming
0 for 3 with a sacrifice.
Left fielder Mark Cardinale.
Hitting .254 for the season. Has the chance to really open up this ball game here as the Gray Wolves lead 6-4 with 9 hits in the game. Both teams with 3 errors. As the first pitch to Cardinale from Tyler Birch is way outside for ball number 1. The Apple Sox have 4 runs on 7 hits. As the 1-0 pitch is upstairs at the neck. Time is going to be called, and the pitching coach is going to come out and have a little chat with Tyler Birch and the catcher, Hastings. As Cardinale will step into the batter's box after he has a little chat with Justin Barkis. So the Gray Wolves return home July 12th, 13th, and 14th to face the Victoria Harbor Cats. Second time facing the Harbor Cats, getting swept up in Victoria last time. And then they'll face off against Corvallis, who won the West Coast League South in the first half of the season. All 6 games being played at Osland Field. July 12th through 22nd, as we will have an all-star break as well. The 2-0 pitch is skied into right field. It's going to stay, and Ryan Smith is going to not go on the sacrifice. So a fly ball to right field records the first out of the inning, and Cardinale is 0 for 5 tonight now, as Tyler Birch gets a necessary out and no sacrifice fly run, as Ryan Rodriguez didn't want to get doubled up on the play. With the bases still loaded now, and there's only 1 out, so Drew Curtis will step in. As Drew Curtis walked in his last at-bat and came around to score in the 8th. 1 of 2 runs to score in the inning, as the first pitch is a called strike to Drew Curtis. Gray Wolves still lead 6-4. 0-1 count, 1 out. Upstairs, stomach high, making it 1-1 now. As the 1-1 pitch from Tyler Birch is swung on and missed by Drew Curtis. Fastball outside, making it 1-2 now. And Tyler Birch just needs 1 more strike to get the second out of the inning, to move them closer to getting out of this really big jam here with the bases loaded and what was no outs. Drew Curtis out of Southern Illinois, teammates with Ryan Smith, and he's going to slap the 1-2 pitch foul onto the basketball courts. So it's still 1-2 with 1 out in the inning. Bases are loaded. Ryan Rodriguez is at third base. Ryan Smith is at second. And Jack Johnson is at third. And an extra base hit would definitely score Jack Johnson on this play. But Drew Curtis is looking to get anything in play right now with a 2-2 count and 1 out and the bases loaded. And he's going to foul off another pitch into the pine trees, and it's going to get through the trees, over the fence, next to the basketball courts, and keep the score 6-4, and the count 2-2. 9 hits for the Gray Wolves, 7 for the Apple Sox. It's a 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed upstairs for strike number 3, and it now records the second out. As the Gray Wolves are down to their last out here in the 9th. Matt Carroll will come up to the plate. He singled in the second and walked in the eighth. 1 for 3 tonight. Hitting 138 on the season. Michael Breen is on deck if he can get on base. Matt Caro being the he. First pitch from Birch, delivered out of the stretch, and it's going to be a fastball in the outer part of the plate for strike number 1. Matt Caro catching at a Columbia University. Just finished up his sophomore year there from Pacific Palisades, California. That's a long ways from home to play in Columbia. The 0-1 pitches. In the dirt, gets away from the catcher, and Ryan Rodriguez does not go anywhere. Ryan Smith thought he was going on the wild pitch, but doesn't go anywhere. Ryan Smith was halfway to third base, comes back to the bag, squats on top of the bag like a catcher would, and slaps the bag in frustration. Ryan Smith really wanting to cement this ball game and move 1 run closer to winning, as it would have made the score 7-4. Score 6-4, 1-1 game. Matt Caro checking his swing, but they're going to appeal to ask if he did, and they're going to say he did not go. And that was really close. It did look like he went, but the umpire said he did not go. Interesting and fortunate turn of events there for Matt Caro and the Grey Wolves, as the 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed. And there are now 2 outs with 2 strikes and 2 balls, and the Grey Wolves only lead by 2 runs. Grey Wolves have 2 more hits and 2 more runs than the Apple Sox. Here at Wenatchee Valley College in Wenatchee, Washington, in Central Washington. And as a 2-2 pitch is outside, making it a full count again. Another full count at bat that Tyler Birch has to face here in the 9th. A walk would score a run, as the bases are still loaded. And a walk would be anything pitch on, and it's swung on and missed as the base runners were moving on the pitch. And the Grey Wolves load the bases but leave all 3 of them. And we'll head to the bottom of the 9th with the Grey Wolves leading 6-4, looking to close out this one and win game 4 in a row here to start off the second half of the West Coast League. You're listening to Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.
Hey kids, the Gresham Grey Wolves will be conducting a 3-day baseball camp right here at Austin Field on July 20th through the 22nd. This is a great opportunity to develop your skills, have fun, and learn from the Gresham Grey Wolves players. Registration is just $45 per child and is open to all ages 5 through 16. You can register online at GreshamGreyWolves.com. See you at the ballpark.
It's a howlin' good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham Grey Wolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
So Chris Brown will come back out for the bottom of the 9th inning, and he is perfect so far through 3 innings. And I just broke all broadcaster rules by saying that. But he's not a starter, so technically he isn't throwing a perfect game as he is a reliever, but he has gone 9 up, 9 down here against the Apple Sox, as the Grey Wolves lead 6-4 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Grey Wolves won 3 games up in Kelowna, Canada, and are looking for game number 4 here in Wenatchee. The first pitch to Otis Statham is a strike from UC Davis lefty Chris Brown. And no, it's not Chris Brown that is the rapper, as the 0-1 pitch is fouled into the chest of Matt Carroll. He'll throw the ball back out to Chris Brown. And Chris Brown will throw some dirt with his foot into the little hole out there that usually accumulates next to the rubber. The 0-2 pitch swung on and missed, but it gets away from Carroll. Thankfully, it bounces right back to him. He's going to make a strong throw over to first base, and he's going to get him in time to record the first out of the inning. There's a little bit of a hard,
for the Apple Sox,
not concrete and not carpet, but there's like a soft, squishy sport court around home plate dirt, and the ball kind of bounced off of the lip of it and bounced right back to Matt Carroll. Otherwise, it looked like Otis Statham might have gotten to first base on that strikeout, as the first pitch to Hayden Hastings is swung on and missed. And the 0-1 pitch is fouled off, making it 0-2 with 1 out. And Chris Brown has struck out 4 so far. 5, excuse me, after that last strikeout. Facing 10 batters, so the 0-2 pitch is in the dirt. 5 strikeouts out of 10 batters is pretty phenomenal, as Matt Carroll will walk a baseball out to the halfway point between the mound and home plate and hand the ball to Chris Brown. Chris Brown, after this performance, will say, "Don't judge me. I threw 4 relief innings. If he can get out of this one," and struck out 5 so far, as the 1-2 pitch is a slider that doesn't get any of the plate outside for ball number 2. The 2-2 pitch, 1 out, swung on, slapped into right field. Drew Curtis playing very deep, no double depth, and it's going to get down in front of Drew Curtis, unfortunately, as Drew Curtis was playing very deep to preserve.
And now coming to bat for the Apple Sox, center fielder.
Extra base hits from the Apple Sox. That'll bring up Sheldon Lekola after the single by Hastings, but the double play is still in order, and that is the first base runner for the Apple Sox against Chris Brown. The first pitch is a called strike from Chris Brown to Lekola. One out. Pitch swung on, laced towards third base. No catch on the line drive, but it's going to be a fielder's choice. 5-4 put out to get the lead runner, and now there's 2 outs.
The order for the Apple Sox. Now batting third baseman Shane Martinez.
So Lekola does get to first base on the fielder's choice, as Shane Martinez, who homered in the first, is now up, and he could tie the ball game right here with 1 swing. And the slider clips the outer part of the plate for strike number 1, lefty on righty matchup here. Chris Brown against Shane Martinez. The 0-1 pitch is slapped right side. Ryan Rodriguez keeps it in front of him. Gets it with his bare hand. He's going to step on the bag, and the Grey Wolves have won 4 in a row here on this road trip as they take Game 1 against the Apple Sox here after going down 4-3, 3-2, then 4-3, and then scored 3 runs in the 7th and the 8th inning to take the lead and preserve the lead after Chris Brown dealt all night long in 4 innings of relief work.
Eat some spaghetti and garlic bread from the Alley Cafe. So
striking out 5 and facing 12 batters.
Williams is on the air. You can hear interviews with
the Gray Wolves will be back here tomorrow night at 6:05. It's an earlier start, as it'll be Sunday night here tomorrow. And the Gray Wolves will look to go for Game 5 here in Wenatchee, Washington. We'll take a short break here and then come back with the post-game show and go over tonight's highlights and what to look for tomorrow. You're listening to Gresham Gray Wolves Baseball on Gray Wolves Live. Gray Wolves win. Gray Wolves win.
Bum-ba-da-dum, da-da-dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust, and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum ba dum bum bum bum.
Welcome to the Gresham Gray Wolves post-game show, presented by Active Family Chiropractic, Edward Jones, Gresham Ford, Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, the Gresham Police Officers Association, Lucky Pint, Metro East Web Academy, Northwest Accounting Partners, Olympic Gym, Riverview Community Bank, and State Farm. And now, here's your Gresham Gray Wolves post-game show.
The Gresham Gray Wolves are now 4-0 in the second half of the West Coast League play. Here after winning 4 games in a row on this 6-game road trip, as they'll go for Game 5 tomorrow here in Wenatchee. They're now 15-16 on the season as a whole, and will look to play well again tomorrow as the Gray Wolves finish up this one here in Wenatchee with a final score of 6-4. Starter Gabe Benavides pitched 5 full innings, allowing 4 runs, 3 of them being earned, facing 24 batters, striking out 5 and walking nobody. The Gray Wolves didn't give up any walks in tonight's game, and Chris Brown came out to pitch 4 relief innings, allowing just 1 hit. It came in the 9th inning, facing 13 total batters, striking out 5. So 10 strikeouts on the night for the Gray Wolves, putting down the Wenatchee Apple Sox after a little bit of a scare after the first inning. It looked like it was going to be a marathon match, as the Wenatchee Apple Sox scored 3 runs on 4 hits in the first inning. A home run to lead it off, a double, and then a triple, and a single scored 3 runs. But Gabe Benavides settled down and didn't allow any more runs through the game until the 5th, when leadoff batter Ryan Kreidler got on base on a single and then scored via a triple after going to first base on an error by Benavides. Gray Wolves had 3 batters with 2 hits tonight. Dylan Doherty went 2 for 4, scoring twice. Ryan Rodriguez went 2 for 3, scoring once, and Ryan Smith went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. So Ryan Rodriguez and Dylan Doherty getting the player of the game tonight, as Ryan Smith brought in 2 and Dylan Doherty scored twice, both having 2 for 4 nights, as the Gray Wolves win game 4 here of this 6-game road trip, taking 3 in Kelowna for the first time in season history, sweeping a series for the first time. They've only been swept one other time, as they have been able to get games from just about everybody, as a good pitching staff is on the roster for Justin Barkis. He's put together a well-rounded pitching staff and a team that can put together runs through a variety of different ways, as the Grey Wolves put up 6 tonight without a single extra base hit, as the Grey Wolves capitalize on errors and take long at-bats to get walks and earn walks and single in the gaps and just about do it all, as the Grey Wolves can score runs in just about any fashion here, especially on the road. Tomorrow night's starter for the Grey Wolves would be Aaron Schaup, the lefty out of St. Martin's College from Woodland, Washington. Schaup is 1 for 2 on the season with a 3.97 ERA. He's started 5 games, and he's pitched for 31 and 2/3 innings, and struck out 11, walking 11, and only allowing 29 hits through those 31 and 2/3 innings, as the Grey Wolves will toss the lefty tomorrow in his home state, as the Grey Wolves will look to go for game number 5 in a row and extend their winning streak to 5 games. 4-game win streak is the longest in team history right now, as the Grey Wolves are in their inaugural season, and the Grey Wolves will look to capitalize it on and even more. Chris Brown, the pitcher of the game, going 4 innings, only allowing 1 hit. A fantastic pitching performance for the UC Davis man. I'm Fletcher Like, and this is Grey Wolves Baseball, as the Grey Wolves win game number 4 here in a row, 6-4 over the Wenatchee Apple Sox. This is Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball on Grey Wolves Live.